it's going to open under there and it's going to trade in that range
Yeah,
underneath that 104 to 143 area. And it's more likely going to be testing more of that 200 and that 20. And
yeah.
if it breaks under that, we're screwed.
We're also live,
Oh,
just so you
I
know.
apologize.
No,
I
you're
did not
fine.
know that.
I was just telling you because
Yeah, I'm glad you did because I didn't notice that.
that's fine. Nobody's joined yet. I just was trying to go ahead and start it. Now we're starting to get people in here. So I gotta start making a watch list. I don't know what's gonna go on. Ooh, EYG, nasty. What's going on here? What a gap up. EYG, nasty. What's going on here?
Yes,
Positive top line data. It's gapped up, man, from 4 to 925 in pre-market. That's a nasty gap. PI PHIO, that's another one.
I wonder if I can
What's up, guys?
check
Good
this.
morning.
Yeah.
Starting to stream a little bit early. We're going to try to get a watch list together and get an escape plan on AYTU. Because AYTU does not look very promising today.
Well, it's definitely it's not going to perform today. Uh, how I'd want it to.
Ooh, tops with a nice sell off. Gross. It was a big sell off on tops. Oh, they had an offering. That's why. That's done. Tops is done.
Kind of figured. I kind of figured. I knew people were holding that last night. See, that's something with these like the stocks under a dollar. Those are just tough to swing to figure
Mm.
out.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. You just got to scalp them. It's a beautiful marketplace, must fall.
And they're
Yep.
doing a 40 million common share stock offering.
Yeah. COPS is done. I'm not touching it. Man, I've got about 6 stocks that have ripped pretty hard in pre-market on my watch list so far.
I don't have anything on my watch list yet.
Well, I haven't really went through the press releases yet, but all these EYEGs, big gap up, PHIO, SGBX, THMO, VVUS, they're all a little
Can you
ugly.
can you type in chat some of those stocks that you see the gap up?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I on my scanner doesn't really do anything until open. I don't have the gap up in the pre-market. I should probably do that, but I
Yeah,
usually
all
don't. And then
five of these
I could
have
put
had
on
big
my
gap ups. So Kofi's wanting to know why we're talking about an escape plan on AYTU. Several reasons. They didn't come out with PR. This
well,
ascendant
Bennett.
triangle. They're opening up this. They're going to open up under this ascendant triangle. They're going to be opening up under whatever EMAs that One Life is looking at. I don't know which ones he said earlier, but the 9 EMA. I can see it on mine.
Yeah, it's gonna open up under the nine. It's gonna be looks like it's gonna be trading between well underneath the nine. Then you got the 200 at 143, I believe I said, or 145, and then we have the 20 that was getting ready to cross the 200, which would have been nice bullish move for us. And
Mm.
that's sitting, I believe, at 141 last time I looked. But we'll have a better idea once market opens in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So my concern and One Life's concern too, basically, is that if this opens up below those areas and we don't have any news, this could start selling off. Retail
Right.
traders are going to be annoyed. I'm annoyed. One Life's annoyed. So if we're annoyed, other people are going to be annoyed and they're going to get out of this stock. And we could see it drop back down, to that 143 area, maybe even lower. So at this point, me personally, I feel like I'd rather get out of this and let it just drop if it's going to, and then maybe later get back into it if we get, a little bit more attention. But it's just getting unpredictable now. It's like the first pre-market where we've not had any volume. We just had sell off. So it's getting sketchy. That's at least that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's real sketchy at this point.
Well, I don't know if
TRIB.
it's sketchy, but it's just it's getting to a point where something needs to come out so we can continue this move up. If
Yeah.
we're not going to have any kind of PR, then it's just gonna just keep on fading, and we don't want to see that.
Listen to this. TRIB. They got a press release. They expect to complete development of rapid test within the next 2 months, and it's gapped up from 80 cents to $1.28. But AYTU has a test, and it's not doing anything. So that's one of the things that makes me nervous.
Yeah, and then like as far as trading goes, any of these new bios that are coming up with a coronavirus play, I would just make sure that you're play it safe. You get in and you get out. I wouldn't look for a hold on, especially I'm looking at this TRIB right now. It's at like what 81. Well, I'm on the daily. Let me see here.
It's at $1.10,
Yeah,
$1.07.
$1.10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be careful with it.
I
You
probably
gotta,
wouldn't swing it. I would just watch it
oh,
today for some type of pattern and volume to see if it gets a rip. But after this AYTU shenanigans, I'm probably not swinging anything for a while because when I get back to day trading, I'm annoyed with swinging.
yeah, it's you have to be very patient with it. And when you're just kind of doing a short-term swing, it's tough to be patient.
Yeah, especially when the short term swing is being weird.
Yeah, it's just kind of just in the same consolidation area. I thought we were good about 5 days ago when we finally broke out over two, and we had some moves pre-market, and then it looks like we closed about 198 on March 24th. And I felt really good about that move. I knew it was going to come down again and test the nine. I was looking for a bigger bounce off the nine with some news, which we haven't gotten yet. So we could kind of trade in that upper range. That's what I wanted to start seeing, is seeing like daily activity between that 177 area and over two. That I just wanted to start seeing more consolidating through that range, is because we've been in this lower range for 3-4 weeks, where we were trading from anywhere from 80 cents to 140. Then we were trading from 140 to that 170 area. Once we broke out of that, I wanted to see the consolidating intraday between that 177 and that and then obviously retest those 225s and stuff. But we never really got there yet.
Yeah. And Kofi's said everything was looking good. What happened? Uh, you know, things can look fantastic. It's the stock market. They don't always work out, even when they look very good. So, we tried to give AYTU a chance, but,
Well, I still think UITU will get there. We just, as far as the news releases, they're just not coming.
Yeah.
So that's where you're starting to get impatient, because like when I talked to you, Ben, I said, I got another 2 weeks in this. Well, this is my last week being in it before my self-made deadline is over with. My self-quarantine days of quarantine and AYTU is going to be
Yep.
up at the end of this week. So I'm fine. I have to stick with my plan of saying, okay, I got another 2 weeks. So after this week, if I'm still treading water and we're not doing anything, then it's time for me to revise my plan and what I want to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, not like I've said. I was saying last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest is as long as I want to hold it, because I was looking for this ascending triangle breakout, but this ascending triangle breakout is going to be ruined today. So at this point, it's kind of.
Yeah, it's going to be breaking to the downside, and we don't want to see that. Now, hopefully what will happen today is that, yeah, we'll open up on the downside with AYTU, but also that we're not going to close under that. If we can close above the 9 again, after playing around in there, okay, then we're back on track. We're doing
Yeah.
fine. So I mean, but it's hang out and see what happens.
Yeah. So we just gotta wait it out here and see. But
And you can see from 24 hours ago pre-market we had reached a high of 210. Now we're trading at 154. That's a good 55-cent move right there to the
yeah,
downside. It's
a nice
ridiculous.
downside move. Well, actually, mm, oh, here we go. Never mind. Being stupid. Never mind. I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely down that. Gonna be open below that downtrend.
Let me look at some of these stocks that you typed in
What
here.
is going on with the SPY? Is it gonna go up more?
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it's very bullish. Everyone's bullish
I don't
about it.
understand whatsoever why people are bullish, but I mean, I don't know. I guess pumping a bunch of money into the market, or maybe it's the fact that everybody knows that the government is willing to throw money at it until it works, because that's basically what they've been
Right.
doing, and they're making it pretty clear they'll keep throwing money at it. And
Well, it would be interesting because then they're going to release. I think it's this Friday. They're going to release um, unemployment rate again. So we'll see if what the changes from last week to this week. I mean, the SPY it just keeps on testing that resistance area. That 262, 263 has been, hit several times within the last the week. Last Thursday we hit it. Then it looks like Friday and after hours we kind of hit it. Then yesterday we were trading up at those highs, and then pre-market today kind of retested those highs. You think it would? It's got to make up its mind which way it wants to go. Me personally, I think it needs to come back and retest that 220 area. We're at 260 area. At least come back and test that 252. We're on the daily. We're trading over the 9, so it's bullish, but it's still getting hung up. The 20 EMA is acting as that 260 resistance, which it hasn't been able to break through and break above that. Well, the 20 is 263.59. It hasn't been able to close above that. If it can close above that on the daily, then you got room up to the 50, which is at 287,
what are you looking at?
which will kind of bring us back to that. The daily on the
Oh, the
SPY.
SPY. Okay, I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's already hit that 20. This will be, well, it's been 3 days. I guess today from the 26th, and we'll see what it does today. It's starting to squeeze though. It's going to start squeezing probably by the end of the week. We'll see where it's going to
Yeah.
go.
Uh,
If it wants to break out or if it's going to fail and break down again.
I would think it's going to break down. So let's see what happens here. It looks like a lot of selling coming through. And Mark asked, how long do I plan on staying at AYTU? That's what we were talking about, I think, right before you joined, but not very long if it starts cracking out. I may.
Yeah, Ben's been ready to get out of this thing since last week. Yeah, see now we're open up under the 9 on the AYTU.
Mm,
And to be honest, if we don't have any news, I just kind of feel like it's going to be in this range. The one thing that I would look for on AYTU is that 143, 145, 145, 142 area to hold as support today. So if you're bullish on this and you think it's got great potential, that's where you would want to be buying at, is that 142 area. Obviously, if it breaks below that 142 area and it's gonna fall. It's gonna go back under 125.
yeah, and it's testing that 150
So
support. It did bounce off of it, so that's something. That
let's see
150
here.
natural. Mm.
What's up, Daniel B? check out my scan. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, VVUS 327% up.
I did just drop.
It's got 10.5 million. It's got 7 million of trading shares traded already. So that one doesn't look too bad.
You probably saw it, but I just dropped 100 shares that I had on Webull of AYTU just because I was in at like 160 a share, and I felt like that was too high. So I'm just shrinking down. I'm gonna hold these 200 for a little bit longer on Thinkorswim, but I'm also trying to get my money out of Webull and into Thinkorswim. So I just figure might as well.
Yeah, Webull was a pain in the butt for you yesterday because you called out that one play, the SPBC or whatever. You saw it breaking out over that 120 area.
Yeah.
And I remember when my Thinkorswim crashed and you couldn't get in it.
Yeah.
And then once I got on back in, about 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, it looks like it's going to make another move. And Ben's over there shaking his head like, dude, I couldn't get in it. I was in there at 120. That would have been a good,
Yeah, I was trying to forget about
25, 75-cent move. Whoa, calm down. I don't know if my dog's barking at a turkey or what. We had turkeys out in the yard for some reason. Earlier, we went up to the store.
BNGO is starting to move up. It's under $1 though, but it's kind of a lot of.
That's why I put on my. I don't have it on my scanner because I only got my minimum is $1, so I don't see it. What's the volume look like in the float?
It's had 7 million and almost 8 million in volume now, and probably about 35 million in float.
Did you say BNGO?
Yeah, we've traded it.
Bingo?
Bingo.
Yeah, we've traded it a few times. I don't remember how I did on it, but I remember having a couple positions on it.
But
I don't remember it being low,
they're
though.
supporting the largest study to date on the coronavirus.
Sure they are. Everybody is.
Let's see. They are rescaling Amazon Web Services. They're doing something with Amazon. This could go crazy. Anytime a penny stock has something to do with a stock that... Why are they talking about Amazon?
You know, I'm looking at the daily on BNGO.
If they're working, let's see here. Let's see, it's donating the consumables need to analyze structural variant samples, rescale the high performance computing cloud platform fully integrated with Sapphire and Amazon Web Services. Huh.
Well, they just recently got under $1 too. Yeah, the low was 39 cents, but it's had a nice little trading range. It's over the 9. It's over the 20. It opened over the 20 on the daily. It looks like it's got room to 78 cents. Just looking off the EMAs, that's usually how I'll kind of first look at support and resistance before I kind of look more in depth at the chart and looking at where all the gaps are. So, I mean, there is a move in there. How much will it move? I don't know at this point. But it's got nice volume. It's got almost 9 million in volume.
Yeah, it does have nice volume. See, SGBX was halted already. And SGBX just broke the 100-day and $4. I added the 100-day to my daily chart, but I'm trying it out. I don't know if I like it or not. Feels like too many lines, but it can be.
Yeah, those are they're useful. You just gotta know how to use them and practice them and how they're gonna hold up. Intraday, really the best one. Doing an intraday trade is the 9 and the 20. Obviously, these are all kind of lagging indicators. So
see, TRIB was halted as well.
Going go up so much.
So,
I kind of like this SGBX. I haven't looked at the chart yet, but I'm looking at the shares available as a little bit over a million, according to Thinkorswim. They already have 830,000 already traded. Now it's up over five. I would have to start looking at the chart and see.
Uh, uh,
Let me pull
it's
this.
got room.
This GB.
It's got room to $7 easily. I'm not seeing any resistance
GB.
up till 7 after 5.
Let's see.
Maybe a little bit at 6, but 7 seems to be the majority. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch accounts. I think because I don't have that much funds on this one available. I was thinking I was gonna be selling out of AYTU, but it's holding up here for now. So my other account I have funds on, so I'm gonna switch to it real quick. Sorry, I gotta blind you guys for just a second because you guys don't need to see my account password and username. But yeah, I'm gonna switch to the account that I can actually make a decent trade with today. Because there's a lot of potential this morning. There's a bunch of different stocks with press releases and different type of possible rips. Some of them already ripping. And I don't want to be fumbling to try to get into something, so.
Yeah, we saw where the fumbling got you yesterday.
Yeah.
We both kind of did you dirty.
Yeah, it did. I was trying to forget that. I was trying to forget about that, and you can just keep bringing it back up. You're just not driving the nail the nail in my coffin even longer.
One man's disaster is another man's gain, I guess. Yeah, I think everybody made out on that one, and you're the one that had the best entry point. And then after you, I think it was Josh because he got in like at 229 or something. He got in really low. He had a great entry on it. He saw it quick.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. But, I forgot what all the stocks was I was looking at. EYEG. Because I had to put them in this second account. EYEG. PHIO. THOM. Okay. So the SGBX come out yet? No, it's not came out yet. So it should be coming out any minute. Hold on, guys. Just give me just a second.
All right, well, I'm looking at SGBX on the daily. And if you guys are thinking about getting in this, the first thing that I see off rip.
All right.
Why can I edit this property? There we go. Is that
Daniel B likes SGBX?
We'll see where it opens. Yeah, I see. It's gonna be running up into the resistance. It's over the 100, which is nice right now. Which the 100 is on the daily at 445. So I would look for that as a support area. Now, right at about 549, 550 is going to be a resistance point. But if we can break and close over that, the next part of resistance I don't see until 8. So let's see what happens with this one. It might have a play. It's a low float, so be careful. You're going to have to probably play it off the 1 minute and then look at the 5 minute to make a new high. And just be careful because it's going to whipsaw.
THOM.
And, like I've been saying before, those are kind of hard stocks for me to trade because they move so quick. So just keep that in mind if you're going to play it.
THOM is coming up, and I'm actually going to go on it. It's coming up to the 200 and the pre-market high.
Ben, I just lost your voice again.
You lost me?
Yeah, I don't know if you took some out of your ear or what you did different, but now I can't hear your voice. So maybe I'll hang up and call you again, and we'll see what happens. But yesterday I was working out. Today I can't hear you, so I'm gonna hang up.
All right.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, see, it's doing the same thing that it
Hold
did
on.
the other day.
Hold on. Just stay with me.
Yeah, I don't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. I'm in THOM. I was trying to say it before I broke out, but it's breaking the pre-market high right now and the 200-day moving average. No indicators above it. I hopped in quick, but I was trying to say it over the. I was trying to tell you guys. So I don't know if everybody heard me or not. Oof, it's coming back down pretty hard though. So I may have jumped the gun on this. We'll see.
What are you in? What is it called?
THMO.
THMO. Let's see.
Yeah, I got in at the break of 425. It got all the way up to 440. But starting to come back down right now.
Well, I mean, really, if it holds over 405, you're going to be fine. Or 409. If it holds over 409, you'll be good. To retest those highs. Let me look at on this on a earlier, quicker time frame now. 409, right? Or is that what I said? Yeah, which kind of had that. Well, if 4 area was. Let me see how much quicker this is going to be now.
It's trying to break through. It did break the pre-market high. I'm in at 425 on it, so 100 shares. See if it gets some more volume and pushes on up. Because once it gets through here, it's got room all the way up to like $5. It might not get it though. It's all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm watching it on the 1 minute right now, and every time it dips down to that 410, 408, it's getting bought back up. And that's where the 9 EMA is at 409. So right now you're good, and I'm looking at the volume right now. You can see decreasing volume, so selling with those red candles. I'm going to assume it's going to be profit taking right now. We'll see what the next 2 1 minute candles are going to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching too. It's level 1 and there's level 2 and the 1 minute chart.
Let's see, what time is it? Almost 15 minutes to open. I see this on the 5 minute. It's going to close over that. It already broke pre-market high of day, which is good. I don't want to do that.
That's why I jumped in, because I saw it was coming up to pre-market high in that 200-day moving average with a lot of volume. So I jumped in there. I was looking for a little bit bigger move than 445 though.
What's the float on
1
it?
minute. Yeah, 1.5. No, about 5 million.
Okay, well, the little micro float, yeah, it should. It looks like it's going to move though. The 5 minute closed over and made the new high of day with the 5 minute candle, so that's a good positive move. And on the 1 minute chart, you could see it just kind of flagging down, getting bought up off the 9. Now it looks like buyers are coming in, and they want to retest on the 1 minute that 438, that break of that 438 and close on the 1 minute candle. Then it's off to the races. And then what did you say resistance was? Around 5 was the.
Yeah, around 5.
I have to go back.
5 is about the only thing
I
I
haven't
see.
looked in the.
Yeah.
Let me go back on the
5's
daily.
going to be tough, but I would be fine locking in at 5.
It's got a real nice chart pattern too, because it's got some nice dips and nice gains. Oh yeah, just recently too. It was up at 780.
That's why there was several reasons when I saw it started moving towards that. I jumped in. I was like, I think this might get it. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, Yeah, it's probably gonna be a grinder just because above 450, there's quite a bit of overhead support. Doesn't mean it can't get there and at least retest that stuff, from four. Well, you're getting above that, so that's good. Then you're gonna have like a trading range between 450 and 570. And then, but on the yearly, if it broke that 780 the other day. So yeah, 574 was a tip.
I think oh,
So
here we
let's
go.
see what it was. One day,
See, we're
one
gonna make
minute.
a new high. Yeah, we got a new high day here. Here we go. Now we're starting to
Yeah,
move.
there you go. Go. Go.
Yeah, there.
There. There we go. A little bit of selling, just profit taking. People are taking a little bit of a position off. No big deal. There's a big drop, but it's getting bought up on the nine. The nine is catching up to it. It's at 421 ish. And you just want to continually see that buying up. I would have liked to see this 1 minute kind of just go a little farther off of the previous high, though. That's the one thing that I'd be kind of disappointed with.
Yeah, struggling with that 450 area.
It should have more volume coming in, though. It's got over 200,000 on the 1 minute right now. Um, I'd just like to see more volume come in and break past that 460. That wasn't that big of a move from the previous high of was about 444. It's about 13 cents. Here we go. Maybe this one will come in. More buyers see it.
It's struggling with 450. That's where it's having an issue at because it's getting held up right there, and it's trying its little best to break through it, but I don't know if it's gonna get it or not.
I would just let it breathe a little bit. What's your entry at?
425.
Okay.
Mm. As long as the nine, I mean the nine's right there at my entry, so as long as that holds up, I should be good.
And you just want to see it get bought up. Made the high, doji, bearish red candle, a little bit of buying. We want to see it get pushed up, though. Let me change this over. Number blue. There we go. Come on. We want that 1 minute to close above the 445, and it'll push for the new for retest of high a day.
Yeah. See, it looks like it might try it here. If I can get the volume in.
It's got about 13 more seconds. Let's see where this closes in about 5 seconds here. It looks like it's going to break over. It is there. It's going to push. It's going to break
There we
through it.
go.
Let's see. This is hopefully we'll see a lot of volume come in, and let's see this thing go into a halt right here.
That's what I was looking for with this low of a float.
Yeah, because you got confirmation right there of the breakout. The 5 minutes getting a little farther away. Higher upper wick, profit taking. Just see how it plays out here. I'd like to see more volume. Well, the volume's coming in. It's lagging a little bit.
Just trying to get through that 460 area. It's got for not to have that much resistance on the chart. It's sure acting like a lot of resistance on the way up here in different areas. But now, let's see. Now it's starting to move some more.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go. 470, 472.
That 475 might be tough.
I mean, you know what I would do right here? I would take a little bit off the table. If you're up 50 cents right there. Well, now it's down to well, let's see what this 1 minute's gonna do. On the 5 minute, well, it's still got about 3.5 minutes to close. It's looking
Daniel B's yelling, wait for
a little,
five.
yeah. I mean, really, what it's not telling you to get out of it yet, so I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, when I'm in something like this that can move this quick, I just look at that 9 EMA on the 1 minute chart because that's where I'm taking my entries and my exits. I'm looking at longer time frames for the overall consensus of it. And to be honest with you, on the 5 minute chart from pre-market to now, it's got a kind of like a cup and handle pattern a little bit. And typically, when you look at any kind of breakout, you want to take the measurement of the first gap. So it gapped from 311, it closed to 397. It got a high of 432. You got about $1.20 range. Usually when something breaks out of that, you take that from the breakout. The breakout area on my 5 minute chart is 398. So we're looking at a little bit over $1 move that it can make out of it. So you're looking at $4 to over $5. So $5 would be a safe bet. But now here in the 1 minute, you're seeing heavy selling and it's touching the
Yeah, I'm
nine.
thinking. I'm.
So is it going to come back quick because it's a low float?
Mm, I'm gonna get out. I don't like how it's starting to test that nine. So, a little $13 profit.
The thing is, you could have scaled a little bit out, but it looks like you did the right thing because now it's under 430, and then you're right at break
Yeah,
even
that's what I'm
again,
saying.
pretty much at that.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
so yeah, it's tough to kind of tell. And plus, if you look at the 5 minute chart, you know the nine is still under VWAP on the 5 minute,
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't look at the five
and
minute.
the 4.3 VWAP is at like 417. So this would also be like if you want to do a secondary play. Like if you miss the first run,
Yeah, I just was really looking for. I was
then
looking for it to
you
rip
look at
harder.
it as maybe a VWAP.
As low as a float as this had, it should have ripped pretty hard at that initial break of the 200-day moving average. Last time it did that, it ran all the way to 780 5 days ago, and this time it just
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm struggling with 450. Now I'm struggling with 460. Now I'm struggling with 475. So
Yeah, and it's tough because it broke the high of day twice on the way
it's
up.
like,
So it would have been nicer to see a little bit of bigger push, and especially this last
yeah,
one.
that's what I'm saying.
I kind of figured that it would have got halted. It would have pushed up past 475, going to 480, 490 into
Yeah,
a halt. But it never could do that. And then the 1 minute candle closed, a red doji. So you're like, okay, well, it's going to come back
yeah.
around. Came back to retest the nine, not enough buyers to hold it up.
I,
Broke below that under the 20, and then found some buyers again, but we'll see how far it can
see,
go back
okay.
up.
Yeah. I gotta run real quick for a couple of minutes. Gotta run my wife to work, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna let you take over One Life.
Tell her to
Huh?
walk, dude. Tell her to walk.
Telling her to walk. I'll be right back, guys. One Life, you're in charge. Keep them in line.
I'm not going to keep him in line. We're going to have fun now. See, let's look at that chart. Wait for 5. And then what we were looking at, the SGBX. Let's see what that one looks like. 5 minutes. Well, the good thing about SGBX, when it first initially broke the pre-market resistance on that first opening gap up at roughly about 439, on the 5 minute candle, I'm looking at it right now. Second 5 minute candle opened up and got up to 624, and I told you when it was in the halt about that 543 area being a little bit of a resistance. me change this to the daily. So we saw that kind of act as resistance. Sold off heavy off the 9. Now it's riding up the 9 at 467. Try to retest that VWAP. Now, if it can break out of the VWAP over the VWAP, we could try to retest that 4 or the 543 area for resistance. Which I guess I don't know if I would test it right now, but let me look at it a little quicker time frame too. On the 1 minute, it doesn't look like it really wants to do anything. To be honest with you, it looks like it might roll over a little bit. And that 446 area needs to hold up as support. So maybe we'll just let that one play out a little bit and see where it goes. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, I'm gonna change my scanner. I want to see shares or volume, not shares. I want to see volume. Where's the volume at? Okay, VVUS right now on at least my scanner. I mean, I have my scanner at minimum gap of a 5% to infinity. I want to see at least 100,000 in volume, and then I got my stock price range at least $1 to $15 in low float. So on that scanner, VVUS has 10.5 million shares available roughly, and it's the leading volume right now at 18, almost 19 million. So it's going crazy. It's up 345%. I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm going to just put it on one of my charts here. I'll put it over to yellow. Look at it. So on the yearly, 475 on the yearly, it looks like it wants to retest that. Let me go back further in time and see where more possible issues could be. No, it looks pretty good right there. 472 on the daily. Let me draw some lines of resistance. There's no reason to jump into this thing quite yet. Let's just see how it acts out. We know the float's low, like that, has the most potential of moving quicker. Got the most volume, so a lot of eyes are on it. So now I'm looking at the daily. It's over all indicators, so that's bullish. Let me look now. Smaller time frame. Let's look at the catalyst. Virus health platform. So I don't know. It's probably just some BS. Catalyst. Remote monitoring modules. Effective patient care. 388 platform. Okay, so it's telemedicine. Okay, which is big. I actually have an appointment with one of my doctors on the 3rd. We're going to do one of those. So now I'm going to look at the 5 minute. It's just riding the 9. Kind of like it. 5 minute break of high of day was roughly the new 5 minute candle to make high of day is 424. So we would want to see a close over 424 on the 5 minute. Let me edit this. All right. It's kind of selling off now. See, I did all that work and now it's selling off. under the VWAP. Let me go into even a lower time frame and see what we got going on. Selling off, but on the 1 minute, it bounced off the 100 at 362 area several times. You can see boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna play it. Let me look at even a higher time frame. I like to look at the higher time frames just to see where the buying volume. That's the only thing I'm really looking at besides the chart pattern. I'm at the 15 minute. It's kind of got. This is the fourth candle in a row where it's kind of trading above this initial breakout range at 376, and it's trading above that between 376 and the high is roughly about 403 of the bodies of the candle. So on the 15 minute, it looks like, if it breaks below that 379 area to the downside of the previous resistance, then it looks like it would be picked up about that 348 area. So you're looking at a close to, 30, 40 cents right there. Now, if we can get it to break on the high side, we want it to see it break on the 5 minute at that 525 area roughly. We want to see that break. So right now, to be honest with you, I don't see a play in it, but there might be a play. I just want to see which way it's going to go. Right now, it's a no man's land. There's no reason for me to take a trade on it.
All right, so it looks like I did make the right decision on this stock.
Which was a
it's
THMO?
down to $3.95 now.
Yeah, it's down to 4.
So
that was a good scalp. It would have been nice to see a little bit more continuation too, because even at that breakout at the open, it kind of did that little J hook pattern on the 1 minute chart where it kind of opened, doji, then a sell off, and then it made that J all the way up through the. We just couldn't get a bigger continuation. Would have been sweet.
Too though. From my entry, it was a 50-cent move. So if you had a bigger account and you could get 1,000 shares, that's $500 in profit you could have made within the first 30 minutes of the market. So I think it.
And you know what? That's the best way of looking at it too, Ben. Is just having that. Like, I need to put up some more Post-it notes on there. It's because that 50-cent move, that's really ideally a large move. Right there, if you had 1,000 shares, that 50-cent move, $500.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And obviously, with how I trade, I won't be able to catch all of that because I'll be scaling a little bit in and out. But, finding that profit target, and even like yesterday with that trade I had on SBCB or whatever, I kind of screwed up because I kind of scared myself a little bit because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be safe. It's the first trade. You guys are watching me. Let me just take it off. But initially, when I look back at the video, I told myself, okay, I'll sell here, I'll sell a little bit here, and then I'll save a little bit. I ended up selling it all. I didn't have that little bit, and it made that continuation play. But that's also, I guess, that mental aspect that as a trader, you got to figure out for yourself. Are you more comfortable just taking it all off at that whatever price target is, or to scale out a little bit and leave a little bit, and even if that little bit goes red on you and turns red, can you live with
look
that?
At PHIO. It's starting to make a U shape on the 1 and the 5. Actually, it's almost made the U shape. Coming up to the 9 right now. But what's interesting is at 373, there's a gap all the way up to 518. Not a lot of volume on it yet, but this is another low float with the positive data. I don't know if he's hearing anything I'm saying, but you guys can hear me. So, okay.
Oh, I hear you. I was just in my.
Yeah, this one could be interesting. I think it probably needs to get back over.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at it on the daily. And where are we at here? Why can't I even see?
It's got a gap from 370 to.
Is this at the? Today's the 31st. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm worried about, Ben, on the daily, I'm on. Today's March 31st. It's already red, and it's in between, kind of like the 9 and the 20. But my biggest issue with it is there's only 924,000 shares traded today. So for me, I can't do that just because there's not enough liquidity in there. I want to see big moves. Now on the intraday chart, it's got the big rip and then in pre-market and then the sell-off. So where the next question is, where would the volume
I
come
think
in at
280.
to make that move? Yeah, to break a VWAP because then it's bullish
Yeah, because
again.
on the 5 minute, let's see, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, and the 30 are all that 279 VWAP. So that's where I would
Yeah.
say the interesting thing though that I was looking at was the gap at 370, like where it hit at where it hit at 370. There's a gap all the way up to almost $6.
Yeah, I like that because I don't know how accurate. Let me zoom this out a little bit so I can see. Yeah, because it looks like the 330 to 350 area. Once it gets through that, it's definitely got room to run. See, that's the problem that I also have that's telling me to kind of stay away from it right now. It's just because it's consolidating in this area right now. But what happens if we don't get the volume? We're going to be stuck in that range. From on the intraday and the 5 minute, the 200's at 234, it's bouncing off. Then it's getting up to roughly the 9 EMA, and that's like 254, 255. So there's a good 20 cents where I guess somebody would be building a position. But overall, with so light on the volume at under a million, I don't think we're going to have enough volume to push it one way or the other. Or, well, at least up. If it doesn't get volume, then I guess I could see it roll over more.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'd be nervous about.
AYTU is testing that 150 support again.
I haven't even looked at it, Ben. I haven't even looked at the chart since open, and you're gonna bring it up. Killing me, man.
I'm not happy that it's testing that 150. It's making me want to get out of it if it breaks 150. I don't know.
Well,
We'll see.
it's all about how much you can take with it. The one thing I am looking is yesterday I bought an AMRN for a bounce.
How's that doing?
And I got a decent play yesterday, but I kept it and then it dropped down. I said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to add to the position. I'm just going to keep it as is. There was a couple opportunities in pre-market where I could have got out for a little bit of a profit. And now I'm down roughly 19 cents, 18 cents. I'm in at 439. It's trading at like 420. It looks like I'm just going to be kind of like stuck in this for a little bit. I was kind of hoping to get a bigger bounce out of it, closer to 5, and that's where I wanted to take my profit at. So that's the only thing I'm looking at as far as with my swings.
VVUS is a little interesting.
I think that's the one we were just talking about when you were ran up to the store, I think.
It looks like to me if it can break 450, I think it can start running. Well, it's got resistance at 475, but yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say because right now it could go either way.
Yeah, for as much volume it has, it's just kind of consolidating in this one little range. And like I just can't make a move on it yet. Like I want to see the 5-minute break over the high of day. And then a continuation up. But right now, with it just kind of struggling at that VWAP, and you got a bunch of indicators on the intraday just kind of coming together and pinching it. So it's gonna like snap and go one way or the other way. If it breaks below this 365, 366 area and closes below that, I could see it going down to 291. But now if it can make a 5-minute break of high of day, that 425 area, roughly, 424, then I could see it try to retest that high of day. So I guess that's the one thing I would look at. Obviously, I think majority of the people in chat are don't have margin accounts, so they can't short it. So I guess the only play you could really look at is that 5-minute break of high of day and then try to retest. Or if you want to look at it on a longer time frame and watch it roll over and try to pick it up later on the day, like at lunchtime.
EYEG has sold off, and it's sitting right above the 250 days. So there's some pretty strong support there. Starting to kind of make a little U shape as well. And they've got a really good press release there. Ocular bandage gel outperformed Allergen's dry eye lubricant in study.
Lubricant. I must have traded this EYEG before because I'm looking at my daily and it looks like a SHIT show because I got so many lines on this. I got a vertical line for some reason. I don't know how the heck that got on there. From November 22nd, I put this weird line in here. And then I got like a million different support and resistance lines. I don't know what I was thinking.
You got a big trading range on this too. The pre-market high is 925.
I like it intraday just because it's got that gap. I just want to see where it's going to get picked up at.
Which one are you talking about?
You know, I'm looking at it on the EYEG. Yeah. Is that the one you're looking at too, or a different one now?
That's what I'm looking at. What gap are you talking about? I don't know. I'm not seeing what you're talking about.
On the day, or well, as far as the intraday, you know, it made a 925 high in pre-market, and now it's trading. You know, $4. It's pretty much lost half of its weight right there.
AYTU is
because it's trading.
AYTU is getting ugly.
Why you keep on bringing that up,
it's getting ugly.
Now I'm going to look at it. 147. Okay. I'm not going to look at it. Ben, you need to just sell it so I don't have to hear about it no more.
Don't worry.
You're either going to freak me out because you're bringing it up every 5 minutes when we're looking for day trades, and you're like, oh, that's getting ugly. I don't know. Well,
I'm just telling you. I'm just warning you because I'm worried about it dumping. That's the only thing I'm worried about is it just starting to dump pretty hard. So
that's not good. It's dumped a little bit. You know, it's lost roughly 60 cents in the last 30 hours.
I know.
Yeah. I kind of like this EYEG though. I'm going to look on the scanner. Or wait a minute, let me look at it on the daily here real quick because I can kind of get the volume off of that. Well, see, it's got low volume too, so that already scares me. It's a little bit over 1 million. I always look for everything with a lot of volume. I want to see millions and millions of volume. And now my scanner is slow.
Looks like VVUS has got the most volume.
Yeah. I do like that one. I don't see a trade in it yet. And it kind of sucks that this EYEG doesn't have more volume that it does. What's the float on EYEG?
4 million.
Yeah, see, it's why did it get pumped? What's their news?
Their ocular bandage gel.
Dry eye lubricant?
No, their bandage gel outperformed Allergen's dry eye lubricant. They had positive top line data on their dry eye study. I don't know how like really oof.
Did they get a bunch of pot smokers in there with dry eyes and cotton mouth and try the stuff out on them? I don't know. Like, how do they sign up for that? Well, geez. I'd like that intraday gap. I mean, but with no volume. And I'm looking at it on the 30-minute chart right now. Maybe I'll go to the 15-minute chart since that candle just closed.
I think it's another one that needs to get back up to the VWAP and break the VWAP. I think that's where volume would come in at if it's going to.
Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely come in there. I'm just kind of thinking about it because the one thing that freaks me out is there's no volume, which kind of hurts because I'll play some of those that rip and then they have a massive sell-off, and then I'll wait for the first 30-minute candle to, go green after, a couple hours of selling off to see where buyers are going to come in. But I don't know. It could go all the way down to under 5. And I don't know. I don't think there'll be enough volume for me to get enough out of it. What else we got on here? What's that VVUS we were looking at?
VVUS. I'm about to get out of AYTU. It's cracking 143 now. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
this is getting nasty. Yeah, I want to give it a chance.
How's it look on the daily? Did you look at the daily yet?
The daily, it's cracking the 200-day moving average. That's right where 240 or 143 is at.
Oh, look at that. Look at all those red candles on the
That's
1
what
minute
I'm.
chart. Red,
That's
red,
what I'm
red.
saying.
All right. Let me look. 1 year, 1 day. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that view. Under the 9, resting right at the 200 and the
That's what I'm
20.
saying. If that 200 cracks,
Taking a pinch. I don't know, Ben. Weak hands, dude.
I've been in it for 3 weeks. I
I
don't
don't
want to
know.
take a loss on it. My entry's at 143, so
Yeah, but the thing is, though, well, I mean, do what you want to do. I mean, personally, you've seen the dips to 80 cents and stuff. I guess, yeah, if I were you too, I'd be nervous about if it when it closes today, where it's going to close at. If it's going to close under that 140, then it's going to go back to
that's what I'm
120.
saying. I'd rather get out while I'm not in a loss, and then I can always get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. Wash your hands of it, forget it. Hey, it didn't make the move. And then this is also a thing with trading and swinging. You have to just pay attention to your own emotional well-being. If this thing is going to keep you up at night, why are you holding it? Don't be afraid to, even if you take a loss. I mean, there's times I've taken big
For sure,
losses.
I just
You
don't
know,
want to take a loss after holding it for 3 weeks.
you
I'm
just got to
annoyed by
accept it.
it.
You know, and if you're kind of just washing your hands at it and pretty much break even, we don't have to pay any
That's what I'm
commissions.
saying.
It's like whatever. I'll take that money
Yeah,
and I'll put it and see where else I can put
yeah.
it at.
Basically, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm getting out of it. It's cracking 143. Trying to get out of it anyway. Oh, oh no, 143 is still holding up.
Yeah, I think let me look. I'm only looking at the daily. Let me look at it
I'm actually going to
intraday.
switch back to that
See how
other account
um,
since I've already used this one. And that way, if I get out of it, I'll have funds to trade on that one. Because I still think there might be some potential on some stocks.
yeah. I mean, AYTU on the daily, I'm looking at it on the 30-minute chart. I mean, it's gotten long on lower wicks. It's getting bought up.
Oh,
So that makes me happy. But also, what the heck's going on here? There we go. Jeez, it looks really bad when I scroll
I
farther
can try to
back.
tell you, like,
Yeah.
if there wasn't manipulation in this stock, I wouldn't be as concerned. But the manipulation is what scares me. Is like once we start going down, they've got millions of shares. If they decide they've got to get out, it's going to drop to nothing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm
Well,
concerned
I mean, the
about.
one thing I would keep in mind that they also, the last offering they did, direct offering, was at 159. I'm going to assume it's closed. I doubt they could get rid of how many shares they had, 8 million shares,
Oops, let me go ahead. I took you guys off. There you go. You guys are back.
and a few pre-market moves. I don't know.
Somebody in the chat said,
I don't know.
Halloran said they just showed 5-minute test on Fox News and it was not AYTU.
Yeah, we're not getting any news, and that's the one thing that we were talking in pre-market is about the news every day coming out, and that's an issue. Because all I'm looking for is I want the shipment to be out. That's all I want to see. You sold your first batch and you got
Or
orders coming in.
At
That-
least, say that they got their test in. They never released a press release saying that they got their first 100,000 in the mail, so.
Whoever does the PR for this company
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh,
Let's
for
be
sure.
honest. When Codex, before they made the big run, they put out like information even on the weekend. They were putting out information, just general coronavirus
Yep.
news.
I'm still in it right now because it did hold up
Well,
143. I'm trying to give it a chance, but it's
I'm getting it off my freaking chart so I don't have to look at it.
well,
Sometimes the best thing is out of sight, out of mind. Look at the SPY,
see,
just running like a dog.
SGBX is trying to break $5 right now.
Well, that's SGBX.
It's got room up to oh boy, it's got room up to 10. 672, little resistance there, but yeah, other than that, I don't see 757. There's a little bit of resistance on the way to 10, but there's not anything major. Has a nice little U shape. Let's see, what is their press release? They have agreement for modular medical units. So.
Everybody loves a modular unit or whatever you just said.
Modular units. I'm trying to. They also came out with earnings that says they had a net loss that widened and revenue is down in the fourth quarter. So they've got mixed press releases. They have an agreement and they have bad earnings. So take what you will from that.
Yeah, those bio companies, all these startup bio companies always have horrible
the financials
earnings just
are
because
garbage on all of them.
Most of the money is going into, studying. Yeah. They need money to do these tests, and they need to raise money so they can complete these tests.
I think it's got some potential, though. Does have this nice little U shape, and like I said, there's not a lot of resistance on the way up to 10, and it is only $1 million in float. Very, very low float, and it's had $4 million in volume so far. On the 30 though, is a giant upper wick. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up my charts right now. But the good thing about it's got that upper wick for selling, but the overall body of the candle is green, and we've got a few green candles, so that makes me feel happy about that. That there's more buying coming into this than selling at the present moment. And it could possibly be either some shorters in there want to hold it down, they don't want it to break, but I don't know, like if you're late to the party and shorting this, because you think that the first short would have been the high of day, 625. Once it got over 6, that you would want to have your short in there. So I don't know why you would want. You seem like you would want it to go a little higher before you shorted it.
Ooh.
But you're shorting it to keep it under VWAP so it breaks under the 9 and the 20 to drop down under 4.
CNET might be another one to look at. It's gotten halted twice, it looks like, so far. Straight up both times.
I think I traded that one too. CNET?
Yeah,
CNET?
Nice big move today. This has been a nice swing trade from like 50 cents where it hit that low.
Oh man, what is the pump on this? Oh no, China Net Online Holdings Incorporated. Dude, we traded this one several times.
Yeah, no, this stock is a known ripper. It's a known ripper for sure.
Oh man, I look at this past history. I wish you guys could see my chart over here. Just all these stupid squiggly lines on here. Let me clear the drawings. 18.
AYTU, don't start coming back down now.
Stop talking AYTU. Man, who the heck picked this thing up at 54 cents?
That's what I'm saying.
Just like a week. They're like some insiders. Like, hey, tell your cousin we're putting out news next week. It's only 50 cents.
You got a nice U shape on TRIB starting to form. It's trying to re-break the 200 again. It's right at the 200 at 140 right now.
The one thing I'd be worried about CNET on the daily, the 200's at 124. If it can break over that, though, I'm going to actually watch this for a second, because if it can break and hold over that 124, Well, shit.
Go to TRIB.
I think I can only get $20 or 20 cents out of it.
Yeah.
TRIB
Yeah.
trip had the big sell off. I like that. Coming back.
Right here at that 140 at the 200 day. I was thinking if it breaks that, it might start moving again.
I'll put this on the 30-minute. Looks
I'm
good.
debating going on this.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I'm trying to slow my roll just to kind of look at it a little bit more. Because what I like about it is, well, no, that was the other one. Well, it's got volume. What's the float
20
on this,
million. I'm going to
Ben?
go with 100 shares on it because it's starting to hit that 140 mark. I'm going to see if it's going to break. I could be wrong. At 200, it's going to be strong because it held up the first time. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a 100 share, a little shot here.
38.
Just because I do think if it does break that 200 again, it might get some volume, some good volume and push up. So we'll see. And then I'll just
Yeah, all it needs to do is break and close over that, and on the daily, it's like 138, so it's roughly right where VWAP
That's what I'm
is.
saying. The VWAP and the 200 are both right there. So if it can break through that 140 area, I think it'll get some volume. Probably could have waited.
I just want to see where this 5 minute
I probably could
goes.
have waited to see if it was going to break 140, but
I mean, also, if you look at the volume on the 5 minute chart, I don't know if you have your volume up there, you can see it's
yeah,
increasing volume from where we had the
yeah, that's
reversal.
what I'm saying. I've got the volume on mine, so I can see that as well. That's what I was saying. It was building up volume into that big resistance line, so I'm looking for that breakout of momentum here. And I kind of like it didn't rip right through it right away. I like how it's kind of tapping at it. You know what I mean? It might actually, yeah,
Tapping at it.
good bit of volume coming in here.
Well, you got one more minute. Let's see where this 5 minute close. I think you did good. I was a little bit nervous about you jumping the gun, but as long as you got about 45 seconds, as long as it doesn't get faked out, I think you're going to be good because then it's going to retest up. Well, the next resistance point, in my opinion, would be about
Yeah,
158.
that's what I'm saying.
So there's some
Yeah.
money in there.
And if for some crazy reason it really starts ripping and breaks over all these higher wicks on the daily, then it could get going pretty crazily. I don't think it'll do that, but this is always a possibility.
It's getting volume in. All right, it's getting close to close. I think more volume would too come in with confirmation. It's gonna if it closes over VWAP, okay, let's see what the next candle is gonna do. Obviously, I if it closes, which it does, I want to see it push up, but I also am gonna expect it to retest that VWAP area and even dip a little bit below it. But I want to see it get bought up. I want to see higher, lower wicks, and I want to see volume coming in to push it up towards that
Yeah.
158.
So yeah, there's your drop. Exactly what you were saying. The little sell back down to the VWAP. Let's see
Yeah,
if it's
yeah, retest it. Let's go back and retest it. Let's find support there. Now I'm looking at see that's where they're kind of freaking people out. But you saw a little buy up on the 1 minute chart now. I don't know. I want to see more buying come in though to pull it back up because that's the ideal place where you want to buy. And then you want it to close over back above VWAP again for
yeah.
confirmation. I don't know if my Thinkorswim is lagging or what, but it's kind of acting
Yeah,
slow.
mine is too. I don't know. Maybe it's just a stock. See, it's starting to pull back above the VWAP a little bit here.
Yeah, I think that was ideally what you wanted to see on the 1 minute. Well, now we got a few more minutes for the 5 minutes, see what it does. But that looks like kind of textbook play.
A little bit of selling here.
Now, we don't want to see, the big sell-off, because that could be shorters coming in to short it right at that VWAP, that resistance point, even though we already have confirmation of the break. We just want it to hold. Well, I mean, right now, all you can do is just see what's more prevalent. Is there more buyers right here or more sellers?
It's starting to look like there's more sellers to me.
Well, you still got a little over 3 minutes before the 5-minute closes. And on the 5 minutes at the 9, I just want to see more.
I don't like that.
More wicks though. I see a lot of red.
There's a lot of red. I don't like that. I'm gonna give it to enough chance to see if the 9 holds up, because the 9 is right below the VWAP too. And see if they start buying it up at the 9. It might take a little bit longer to break out.
See, this is why it's hard for me to do these VWAP break trades, because I always feel like there's going to be more people that bought lower than VWAP, and that's their price target.
I'm out, so a little $10 loss there. Yeah, so I jumped the gun.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, the 5-minute closed over the VWAP. The problem was there was not enough buyers in there to pick it up. You saw it the first 1-minute candle. You saw it getting bought up, but then it also closed red at VWAP. And then it was like, there's just not enough buyers there. It was a good idea. It was a good trade. But, when you're trading, you also got to look at it as, it's not going to be 100% right. You're just trying to give yourself the most just logical chances, for success, I guess.
I'm pretty known for jumping the gun on not waiting for confirmation on stocks. So sometimes it works out because I do get in earlier, but then sometimes it doesn't. So
yeah,
more often than not, it doesn't work out. It's better. It's better to wait for confirmation.
Yeah. It's always good to wait. Now, if I'm looking back at EYEG, we were looking at that earlier.
I was looking at that too just now.
The 5-minute looks like it's going to close over the 9, but I don't think there's enough trading room for a play still yet in there. What else were we looking at?
VVUS is still going sideways. SGBX might be making a cup and handle. I don't know yet. It's got the cup. It's just whether or not this handle continues to form. Yeah, Mark, I've actually had 2 trades today. I just tried to get in on TRIB for this break of this 140, and I ended up having to get out. Took a little loss on it, and then I traded. What the hell was the other stock I traded? I don't even remember what it was now. Oh, THMO. I got in Was it THMO?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first trade.
THMO was the first trade I made. It was 420.
Yeah, that was
good. I got in at 425 and sold in this red candle. So we're doing a little trading today. We're trying.
I haven't touched anything yet. Let me go back to the scanner. Yeah, VVUS, man. 26 million shares traded.
Still going sideways. Actually, I'm curious. This is a bull flag on a 30 on... it might be a bear flag.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm not in this one, because usually this kind of fits my... Oh, yeah, because it's sideways.
Yeah, it's just been going sideways.
It's not doing anything.
I mean...
No, it's going to be coming down into something here in a minute.
I mean, on the 30, it is a flag, so that's something.
The one thing I don't like about the 30 is just the 9 is at 313.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's either going to go to 313
What did
first
I do?
before it's going to do that. Because here we are, it's 10:36 Eastern Standard Time, and after the initial gap up, we haven't been able to make a new 5-minute candle to break high of day. So I'm like, I just don't feel like there's anything in there
Yeah,
right now. I need to see one way.
I don't either. I don't either. I agree with you. It needs to do something. Like I'd want to see it break over 40, probably 410, because there's like 4 candles that hit 410. I think right there.
Now, SGBX, did we trade that
No.
one? Or look,
Yeah, we were looking at it. That's what I was
SG.
saying. It's got a cup and handle starting to form on the 5-minute.
Yeah, because it's up 118%. I don't know what the news is. It's got a low float. It's
That's
got
the agreement. They have the agreement and the bad earnings.
yeah, it's got some volume. Oh man. Oh yeah, this is the one that has resistance ahead of it. I need to get another monitor.
Daniel B is saying VVUS can rip the same as 2 weeks ago. BMRA has the same pattern.
I kind of like this SGBX right now.
Yeah, I like the cup and handle. If it can, I think. I don't know if I would get in at the break of the VWAP at 475 or wait for $5 break. I think I'd probably wait for 5 to break. Because
I gotta find something to tell me not to get in this.
you gotta find something to tell you not to get into it.
Yeah.
See, well, what were we talking about? SGBX. Oh yeah, it's starting to come up to the VWAP too now. I mean, this is a nice cup and handle. If this handle finishes out, it's a good pattern. It's just 5 kind of makes me concerned, a little concerned, just because 5 is always usually strong resistance. But I mean, it has already ripped over 5 today, so it probably shouldn't be that strong a resistance. I think if it breaks the VWAP, then the VWAP's not that far from 5. I don't know. Ooh, I don't like that though. See, this candle's getting ready to close too. Might need to me, it looks like it might need 2 more 5-minute candles. So it might need like 10 more minutes to break out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. EYEG is starting to come back up a little bit too. Got like a double bottom on it. Just still not a lot of volume in it at the moment though. I think it still needs to climb some more.
Which one you were talking about? EYEG?
Yeah, EYEG's kind of got a double bottom now. Not a lot of volume on it though.
Yeah. I couldn't trade it. There's not enough. And you know what? The one thing that I've also noticed is that if I don't get, like, I was looking at this last one. What were we looking at? SGBX. Like, I like the chart. but I know that since it's below VWAP, I feel like I should have gotten the play would have been to get into it a little bit earlier. You know, it was like around 409. There was a good, 40 to 50 cent move in there to play that dip. Now, okay, it did the one retest, it broke over it, but it closed under it, and then it couldn't do it again. I feel like I couldn't play it until it was up, probably retesting that high a day. At least that 5 minute candle break new high, that 550. I need to see it play more out above VWAP and see what
Yeah.
happens at it. I just feel like there's too much resistance holding it down right where it's at right now. But I do like the chart. I just don't feel like I'm right there yet where I can get in it.
What's going on with the China place today? There's another China place, CREG, that's went on a pretty good run from 25. God, that's a massive run from 25 cents up to 75 cents today. You could have made a killing on that one. That's another low float China play though.
Yeah, that's just not in my wheelhouse. I feel like those under a dollar moves. They're too hard to catch because I feel like you have to be like somebody that's been in it for like months and you got like a million shares of it at a nickel or something.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I can't really gauge the trading action on it under a dollar. What was that one stock? Was it THMO that you had the good trade on, the winning trade? See, I want to see something more like that one. And that one, it's got what, 5 million shares available. It's got about a little over 4 in volume.
Well, it's got a nice trend line going too.
I want to look at that.
It's building higher lows.
Well, the one thing I liked about it is like it spent time above VWAP. It was trading over that. All the ones that I'm seeing now,
they're below the VWAP.
Yeah, they're below, and this one's below the VWAP, but I can kind of also see it kind of coming back. Let's see. Like on the 15-minute chart, it got bought up several times. Right at open, got bought up. Then it made the rip, sold off again, got bought up on the 15-minute chart again, went up. Now it's kind of squeezing it a little tighter because it's below that $4 area, but it also is getting bought up right there. So I might watch this one. Where
THMO, is that what you're talking about?
But yeah, but now it's just consolidating. So I don't know. Is it a slow market today or what? What's the SPY doing?
SPY's.
I feel like that I've either missed the move or I can't find one.
SPY's up. SPY's up to 262 right now. I mean, strong green candle on the day so far on the SPY, and it's not making that pattern I thought it was going to. I can't believe we actually have had 6 days of green in the SPY in the middle of a global shutdown. That just is mind-boggling to me, but
it's breaking over and testing that resistance some more. So
yeah, I'm kind of with you on THMO. It's starting to. If it can keep slowly climbing up like this, and nothing else is going on, I could see it getting another move possibly. I mean, once you get over the 200's, what, 410? Once you're over 410, you really don't have a lot of resistance to that $5. Basically, the same thing I was saying earlier. I mean, I said that earlier, and it had problems with 450, 460, and then it got shut down at 475. But I don't know. It's the only thing right now to me that looks like it has a chance to rip anytime soon. Everything else kind of looks like it needs some time to figure out which way it's going.
Yeah, I'm trying to even look at some different stocks that we've been looking at to see if there's any kind of plays in there.
You can look at SFET. Look at SFET. It's getting squeezed right now between the 50 and 9, and actually it's starting to look like it's going to break over the 50. breaking $2 right now.
SFET.
SFE, yeah, ET.
I traded this one today or before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at all these lines again.
I think probably 215. Breaking that,
No volume.
huh?
No volume. No volume on it. Why? It's got a nice chart, but overall volume, there's no volume. It's only got like 300,000. Look at it breaking out.
That's what I was about to say. If it breaks 215, though, it's got plenty of room to run. I could see volume coming into this nice squeeze pattern. Straight up to
Yeah, it
225
doesn't
already.
even have 300,000 yet. What's the news on this one? Nothing.
Nothing.
Listed as leading DP vendor and a report, and that was
Yeah, there's nothing on it.
ADR.
It's just the chart pattern. That chart pattern is the thing that I like. It's a nice squeeze. It's an indicator squeeze, which can lead to some big rips like you're seeing right now, all the way up to 240 so far.
Well, it's got 330,000 in volume overall today, but in this 5 minute candle that still has a couple minutes to close, it's got 90,000.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the volume is 1/3 of the volume is in this candle.
It,
So it possibly could have something come out of this. I mean, we're looking at it for crying out loud. There's got to be other people looking at it.
mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it's the squeeze on the indicator squeeze is a good pattern. They can lead to some big rips. I mean,
How would you play it?
I would have
Would you
bought it at 215 when I said if it breaks 215.
Now, where would you sold it though? Are you gonna like just scalp it? Because I'd feel uncomfortable holding this more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you could scalp it and it'd be fine. I mean, already you would have had about 35 cents of profit on a quick scalp on this.
So now that I missed the initial move, would I just play it off the 1 minute, look for the 9 EMA to come back and see buying up at that 209 or anything above
Well,
that?
this is the
See, right now it's not even selling off.
yeah, no, that's the thing with it because there's no press release. You kind of have to get that initial entry on the squeeze as soon as it starts popping. Because at this point, you don't know what it's gonna do. I mean, at this point, you'd be trying to. I'd basically say you'd be trying to scalp it at this point, honestly. But I wouldn't have touched it. I probably wouldn't touch it now. That, like I said, that initial squeeze, because sometimes they'll just be quick little squeeze pops up out of the indicator squeeze, like this one seems to be doing, and then sometimes they'll rip big. But either way, they usually rip pretty fast. So if you miss that initial entry, it's not something I would get on. It's the Ricky Bobby thing.
Oh, look at it.
That's what I was saying. If you're not first, you're last on this play. So it's a quick play. You have to be quick on these.
Yeah.
But it is a very predictable.
Yeah, because
pattern.
when you were talking about it, I was trying to think of it. It's like, okay, well, Ben hit the initial spot. Like, okay, so if I'm second to the party,
Yeah, you can't.
then you couldn't even play the pullback because I was watching it get bought up a little bit, but then it just sold off.
No, that's what I
straight under.
Right, that's what I was saying. You can't play. You got to be first on this. You have to buy that initial break for that quick little move. And at any point now, it could just do nothing. So.
Yeah, look at that 5 minute red candle.
And I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you why that pattern works really quickly is because a lot of the paid chat rooms will trade this pattern. And that's why you'll have it with hardly any volume, and then when it starts to break, you'll see a big rip like that. We basically went from $2 to $2.50 in a matter of minutes on that trade. So like basically all the people in the chat room started buying when the guru probably bought back here at 175 when it started making this little wedge, and then.
And he pumped it.
And then he's like, okay, I'm going in right here at the break of 215. And then all the traders in the chat will jump in it and they'll push it up and he'll sell up here at 250 because, he got in at 175. And then now he'll say, oh, it's coming back down a little bit. I'm jumping out here at 230. And then all those traders, and all those traders will start jumping out so they don't take a loss. Half of them will actually make a little profit. The rest of them will get killed in this big red candle. So...
Well, they're all back holding now.
Yeah, no, most.
That's what happens. All the new traders that are following, the rooms like that are getting these buy alerts, you're the bag holder.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, you see them coming back like, okay, I'm in this stock that has no volume.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about the volume right off rip. It got the pump, it got the squeeze. That was the play,
Yep.
is the scalp the squeeze.
Yep.
If you're buying to see a continuation pattern out of
No.
that, it's not going to happen. It's going to roll over, and you're holding a bag.
Now, if it had news, if it had a good press release with this chart pattern,
Right.
the rip would have been a lot bigger. I would say, um, but because it didn't have
Well, that's the
news,
thing.
without news, it's like, why is it even ripping other than the squeeze pattern? So,
Yeah, that's the thing too, because like we were looking at VVUS. Well, that's like the play right now with the volume. There's a lot of volume in there, so it's very consistently trading in a nice consolidation range. Now, which way it's going to go? People are going to either start buying it up, when it's sold off too much, or they're waiting for the breakout.
mm-hmm.
On the one that we were just looking at, it just had that 1 5 minute candle was majority of the whole entire day's volume in
Yeah,
that one
that's what
candle.
I'm saying. It's a whole chat room. Like
Yeah.
Ross Cameron, he's got thousands of traders. Tim Sykes has thousands of traders. If each one of those buys, 500 shares, that's 500,000 shares being bought in that one little time frame. So that's why you have all that volume right there. Like I would almost guarantee that is a chat room pump is what happened, especially with the big red wick and how it sold off. And there's
Yeah,
multiple
and
chat rooms like that. There's Ross Cameron, there's Tim Sykes, there's
it's
Sean
awesome.
Deckmar. There's tons of them that have
They got it
thousands.
on Weeble. You can go on StockTwits. There's all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
rooms. There's stuff on Facebook. I mean, if you're a new trader looking to do that, learn the fundamentals first. Don't Because if you get trapped into these rooms
Mm-hmm.
and you're seeing all these buy alerts and people are making money, you don't know if they're making money or not. And that's how you get trapped. And that's why majority of people that are starting off, they're just throwing their money at shit and it doesn't stick.
Right.
And and you end up like this last stock that we just looked at. That's you. You don't have nothing now.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm looking at VVUS. I haven't made a trade. I'm just looking at that one because it's got the most volume right now, and I'm gonna look at it now on a higher time frame. I'm looking at the 30, so it's a lot of selling pressures coming on. So really, the what I'd be looking for right now, it's trading around 340 area. I want to see it around 305. It's the 9 EMA on 30-minute chart, and I want to see if it gets bought up there for at least a reversal going up toward VWAP. That's about a 73-cent move. You're not going to get the whole move, but if you can get half the move,
When does this come out?
roughly 30 cents, 35 cents, that could be a good trade.
Take a look at VUZI. They just came out with a
VUC.
press release 10 minutes ago, and it went on a pretty nice rip. But because that press release just came out, it could get some. This is actually an interesting stock because I did research on this stock when I was doing the tech stock video. This company has they're the ones who are looking to have like VR glasses that is for commercial use for like workforces. So like architects can wear them and like see the house that they're trying to build in virtual reality on the site. So this is actually an interesting stock to me, regardless of a day trade. But yeah, coming out with that press release is
What's the ticker again?
VUZI.
VUC
Z like zebra.
or Z?
Zebra.
ZZI. Let me see this one.
It's got about 30 million in float. It's had about 2 million in volume. But like I said, the press release just came out, so that's why it started moving. So you got the initial rip and now a sell off. So I mean, I could see this starting, maybe 10, 15 minutes if it starts kind of making a U shape or something, or more volume starts coming in.
What's the float on this thing?
About 30 million. And if you look back on the chart, back in June, it actually ran up from $1, actually $2 to $5 in couple of days, so it can move.
And what has it done since then?
It hasn't done anything.
Downtrend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, even see, yeah, I don't know. I don't. Obviously,
I'd keep an eye on it. Just, maybe like I said, maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, because the press release did just.
trade in it.
What's that?
See if there's a trade in there
Yeah, that's
somewhere.
what I'm saying. I'd wait and see if something forms on it, just because that press release did come out, pretty recently. And it looks like it's a press release about. Oh, they got pictures in their press release. Look at them go. Look at that fancy press release.
Oh shit! I want to see this.
It's the 9:42 time, the first press release when it came out.
Well, back to that.
They're, let's see, what does this say? Top rated smart glasses, hands free video conferencing.
Sweet.
See, it's a cool tech stock, like smart glasses for hands free video conferencing. That's cool. I like that. They mentioned Zoom.
Dude, it looks like they're not even wearing glasses. It's like a little square thing or
That's
something.
what I
That's
was.
kind of
That's what I
fucking
was
cool.
saying. I did research on this stock, and I was like this is kind of awesome. If this stock can survive for a little while, it may be something I might invest in for a future long hold because they're on to something. I like it. I like the idea of VR in the workforce. I think there's a lot of uses it could have, and they're the only company that I know of working on this. So it's not your normal penny stock company. Let me see what their financials look like real quick.
Well, I mean, the financials must be kind of rough because they've been selling off. But the one good thing about it is though it hasn't been under $1 very long, so it's back over $1.
Mhm.
It's not like one of those stocks that we usually see that's all where it's trading at.
Yeah. It's just an interesting stock to me. Like I said, I'd wait and see if it makes some type of pattern here in a little bit, but in a long term thing, I'd like to see this stock survive because I do like what they're trying to do. I just think it's an interesting stock.
Yeah, it is. I mean, really, a lot of those technological companies, they're just
The
forward thinking.
floats
They're thinking out loud.
the float's 27 million. It's held by 12% by insiders, 14% by institutions. They've got a pretty bad operating margin. They are making revenues 6 million. They do have 10 million in cash on their balance sheet, so they do have some cash. How much debt do they have though? That's the question. Current debt to ratio. So they got a little more debt than they do cash and revenue. But, I don't think it's. If they get one big order from, like Amazon for smart glasses in the warehouse or something, this company would change everything about it. I think
I just want to put those glasses on.
yeah, yeah, I just want to wear the glasses.
Yeah, they look cool. I want to see how they work.
It's an interesting stock. I definitely, if you like tech stocks for long term, it's something I would keep an eye on for, and see what happens with it over the next year or something like that. See if they start having more sales and things like that. But I mean, it still could get a move today if it starts making some type of pattern. I put it on my watch list just to keep an eye on it, see what it does. But I'm looking back over these other ones we were watching. I'm not seeing anything really do anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at BBUS, and I don't know. I don't really see anything that I like, to be honest with you. I'm gonna look at the chats and see what everyone's doing here. I still can't find any play today. Danny B is in the same boat as with me. Well, that was a little bit ago, about 20 minutes ago. He might have found something. Yeah,
Probably
weeks
not.
ago, BMRA. Worth $5.
iMac had a nice bounce today. About a 40-cent bounce. It's not anything.
Let me go look at the AYTU.
Are you gonna look at AYTU? You gonna look at that scariness?
Oh, let me turn away from it. Ugh. I just threw up in my mouth on that
It's
one.
not pretty, man. I'm holding on by a thread. Like today is
Oh,
really gonna decide whether I hold this any longer. Like I'm waiting to see, some days after we've had the sell offs, later in the day it ends up climbing 40 or 50 cents. So that's what I'm looking for, to see if it does any type of climb, gets back up over the 9. And I don't know though, that 9 is pointing down now on the chart. Like all the upward momentum is gone now on AYTU, at least for the time being, because they didn't put out a press release because they're idiots.
you're crushing my hopes here.
I I I had a lot of confidence in this stock last week, but as the week went on and the more research I started doing, it just started reminding me of that story I told you guys about LED. Because the rooms that are like the pumps, there's Facebook groups that are pumping it. It's already getting manipulated by Sabby or whoever. It's just a lot to it that makes me nervous.
Yeah,
But I'm
I don't like that I don't like that there's a lot of bag holders in the chat rooms that are, saying that it's gonna get pumped to, a million or whatever,
yeah.
because they're just trying to break even. I'm comfortable with my position on it still, but obviously this is a setback in my opinion of where I want it to go.
Yeah.
What's today? Tuesday. I got 3 more days, and we'll go from there. I don't know if I'm gonna want to hold it till next week, and I don't know. I'll have to go back and revisit it.
My only thing is, like, to me, they have to have a press release this week, or this stock
I don't.
is,
Where is it now?
huh?
Where is that press release? It's driving me
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. Like, they've like held off so long on their PR, and I don't really know why, and that makes me nervous. But
I think it's just
okay, I should be good. I think
yeah.
you
Oh yeah, it's all good.
But this, like, they should have known better that if the stock is in this triangle pattern, it's got this momentum, it's on this trend line. Like, today was the day to drop a press release. If they would have dropped a press release today or yesterday, and it could have got a good move. But at this point, we're losing all the momentum that it's had up to this point. Because we're out of that trend line, we're back below the 9. Like, that's a lot of momentum to lose.
Back below the 9. Yeah, I had it up there for a second. I'll go back and look at it again because I saw the intraday chart and it made me sad.
Yeah.
Oh God, the daily. Well,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I keep looking at, is how it looks on the daily now. Like all the momentum is gone. Like you can see it clearly.
they're getting all the weak hands out, man. All the weak
That's
hands. This is the same thing that happened to Kodak when I was trading between $3 and
I
$4.
know. That's why I'm still
I
holding.
remember I was in that trade range and it dropped down and I sold it. I sold it all and then it ripped up to 20.
I know. That's why I'm still holding. I'm trying to give it a chance just because of what happened on Codex,
Yeah.
and this stock has been similar to Codex. But
See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch it in the morning for news, and then that's it. Like, because I can't even look at the day or the intraday charts because they're brutal, and that's the first thing that pops up. So I'm gonna switch it now.
you got EYEG is still building higher lows here.
Let me check that one out. Do 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 do. Yeah, it looks good on the 30. It just kind of reversed. Now it's kind of testing that 9. I like to see it close over that 9 at that 558, and then there's plenty of room to the VWAP.
Yeah, you got a
But
trend.
does it have enough volume? I don't know. It looks good though. Let's see it on the 5 minute. 5 minute squeezing. It's getting ready to make a move one way or the other.
Yeah.
If it can get some volume and squeeze over, which it looks like it
Yeah,
might be a
little
play.
bit of buying volume starting to come in here.
There's change in there too. I mean, if it can close over that and move, it's got room to the VWAP as the next resistance at 608. And now it's moving now, so I already. Well, let's see. It's still early on the 5 minute candle. Let's see where it
Yeah.
closes. Let me look
I'm,
at it in the
I'm
1 minute
starting to
too.
like it a
See how
little
that-
bit, though.
Yeah, it's kind of catching my eye.
And then the volume bars are starting to build up a little bit as well. I think. Oof. Yeah, it's starting to come up here a little bit.
Do you got like 100,000 people watching this because we just started talking about it now? It's like moving, and I haven't even decided if I want to buy it yet. What the heck's going on here?
I've been saying.
Look at it. It does 20 cents, dude.
I know. I've been saying.
I mean, this thing. Show. Look at this thing.
I know.
Oh my! What the fuck is going on here? Excuse my language, but
That's what I was.
wow.
That's what I was saying.
That's where you put it through. It tested the 6 and VWAP's at 607. Okay, that's where you're gonna sell at. Wow. That is too funny.
I mean,
Excuse language, children. I apologize. Unbelievable.
I was trying to call it out for you so you could look at it. I was saying it's starting to look good. Oh well. I mean, it's still got potential because it did go all the way to 925 in pre-market. So.
Well, that's true. If you miss the first trade, there's always another one, right?
Yeah.
That is too. Because that's what I was just thinking off when I first saw it just initially. It's like, well, there's like this room right there. And after that, I can't look past that because that's just all icing on the cake. I just want to see what the risk to reward is in that little segment where I think you can pull it off at.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. There could be more of a move. It's got a nice reversal going on.
Kofi, don't entertain Daniel B. He's going to troll you, so don't entertain him. I know he's starting with the Santa Claus. He's been like this on AYTU the entire time. So,
yeah.
Don't get irritated.
Daniel B is just jealous of you, Kofi, because Daniel B saw it first when he was up doing hookers and blow at like 4 o'clock in the morning. He's watching friggin' what is it? CNBC Europe, and he caught this chart when it was like a nickel or something, and he bought like 500,000 shares at a nickel, and then it ran up to $1, and he sold it, and then he was mad because the continuation play went up to 3. So instead of making 300,000% of a return, he only made 100,000% of a return. That's what he's mad about. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He showed me his P&L for that day too.
Yeah.
It was
and after he made that profit, he immediately went out.
$500,000.
He immediately took that profit and went and spent it on hookers and blows. So,
yeah,
that's Daniel B for you. He's a wild one.
I mean, that's why we need Daniel B on here, because I feel like even though I'm older than Daniel B, he would be the voice of reason being kind of like a father figure to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that went through it first. He knows what's going on, and he wants to pass down good advice, to his children.
Let's see. I still like EYEG though. I think if it breaks over that $6 mark, it could start moving pretty good. I wouldn't. The press release is really good. The fact that they beat their competition with their gel is a pretty good thing.
Oh yeah, this is the iGel company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got a great ticker name, EYEG.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's a great.
It's a past
ticker.
ripper. It's ripped before in the past. It was all the way up at 12.89 back in December. So this stock has a lot of potential. So I still, even though it made that little move, I still think, because what you got to look at, even though that was a nice move, it ran from 550 to 597, 593. That's 43-cent move in the span of 5 minutes. But this stock also moved, in a span of 20 minutes from 453 to 925 in pre-market. So like a 40-cent move on a stock that can move $5 is not really that big of a move.
Well, since I missed that move from,
So that's what I'm saying. It's coming back up to 6 now. Watch it at 6.
yeah, and I like it on the 5 minute chart because on the 5 minute chart, I have like it's just pinching, and it looks like it's gonna show a bullish pattern with these lower EMAs crossing over the 50 50 candle EMA.
Now I do want to say I don't know if it's going to actually rip $5 again, but I do think at the break of 6 there will be an opportunity to maybe get 50 cents or $1.
Yeah, there looks like well, yeah, it's got plenty of room to the upside. That's the one thing. Intraday, it looks good.
Mm-hmm. There's some resistance at 658. It looks like. Oh, that's where it opened up at. It opened up.
And the one thing, go ahead, Ben.
So it opened up. It looks like at 660. Well, actually, that candle opened 637. So 650. I would say 650 would be probably my first price target if it does break 6. And then after 650, 7. But there's not. Well, there's a little bit at 665. I don't know. I definitely start looking at 650, 675 to lock in something. But that's if it breaks 6. It's still got to break. I'm just going to look at some other ones real quick, see if anything else is doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I have a problem with is just the low volume. 1.3 million in volume. I did like that the overall candle for the day is red, just because I feel like more of the bag holders that were up in this previous range where it would be kind of some resistance. I feel like that the people that were holding might have kind of got out of it initially, the first part of the day. That's why it sold off so hard.
Mm-hmm.
925 pre-market high. Buyers were coming in, but then the old buyers were like, "Let me get out of here, escape this." Sold off really hard. I don't know. I do like the chart, but I'm just looking at it at the 1 minute chart right now, and there's like no volume coming in, so it's kind of staring me away from it. It's like I like it how it looks on the 5 minute because it's just all the indicators are pinching up, and right now it's pinching to go north toward that VWAP, but I mean, the lack of volume, it's not going to move much.
Well,
I want to see more of that we just saw.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think the volume will come in till over 6. So I'm saying it's gotta build up to that 6 and break over 6, and then I think you'll start seeing volume come into it.
I want to see the volume come in right now. Is what I want to see.
Yeah, if it doesn't start coming in like somewhat now, then it's gonna probably sell off because it needs to keep climbing up to that $6 area.
Because even on like the 1 minute chart, I just needed some volume to break that 588 to have, and then hopefully have enough volume over that to push it through VWAP. But that's the one thing that's holding me back, saying that's not going to happen, just because there's not enough volume.
So I think Dom, are you in here? Because you were talking about CYDY in the chat or in the Facebook group. And I think he said he's in at $2 or something like that on this stock.
On EYEG?
No, on CYDY.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I think we were looking at that one yesterday, too, weren't we? CYGY?
CYDY.
Oh, DY.
And
how's that one
I just
looking?
told him just hold it as long as the trend line holds up. because it's got a trend line from yesterday. If he's in at $2, he's already up.
I'd get out.
You get out now.
Uh-huh. Well, I would see how it plays out. But the one thing that I'm looking at on the daily, okay, see, if he's in at like $2, we broke out of this $1.15 range or whatever.
He may be already out of it. I don't know. I just know he was. Whoa,
Yeah,
let's see. Hold on. Okay.
I would get out just because it ripped up so high. Like right now, it's kind of like a red indecision doji, pretty much
Yeah, on the daily.
for today. But it's so far off of the 9 EMA. It might not get there today, but the 9 EMA is at 169.
Yeah.
So if you're already up 70 cents, I would see if it breaks up past 3 again today. I'd play it today, and then hopefully you get another move out of it. But then I'd be really nervous once people are starting to kind of fade away from this. Even on the volume, it's only got 10 million in volume today, where yesterday it had 40 million. And now I know we still got a half a day to go. But I'd just be worried because the next day you're going to assume that Wednesday there's going to be less volume. I doubt they're going to throw up another PR that quick.
Well, it's
If they do, good for them. But I'd be just nervous about holding it past
it's
today.
an OTC stock too, so that's another thing that would make me nervous.
Oh, even better.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's in it, Ben. He's making bread off of it.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, you're already up in profit. It does have a trend line. That's the thing. If you look at the 5-minute, 5-day, about 10 o'clock yesterday, the trend line started, and it's just riding right up that trend line. So, I mean, you could go ahead and get out, or I might would just hold as long as the trend line holds, because the trend line's
Yeah, I would hold it today.
yeah, the trend line's at 278 right now. So, I'd give it a chance.
I mean,
And if the trend line holds up all day long, then I'd just ride it all day long and sell at the end of the day.
no, I think he'll be able to squeeze more out of it. I mean, the first thing I did was look at the daily just to get an overall idea. Now that I'm looking at it intraday, I mean, I think he's going to have another move here. It's got lower volume, but I mean, that area right here, this 310, 311 area, I think it can retest that. And if it can get up past that, I think it can hustle up some more. I think it can go retest that 350 high.
Yeah, so I just hold it today as long as the trend line holds up and see what you can get out of it. Because at this point, it's all icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's all gravy. Don't get greedy. Yeah, look at it on the daily, Ben. And if you got the 9 EMA on your daily, it's
I see
so
it on
far
the daily. I see it. I know it's nasty on the daily.
Yeah, it's just law of averages. It's what goes up must come down.
Oh,
What goes down must go up.
You know why he's swinging this? I just now remembered why he's swinging this. It's the drug that's been all over the news that was for HIV, I think, but it's actually worked for the coronavirus.
Treatment.
It's the leronlimab or something like that.
Well, let me pump this bad boy. Is this the company with the 400 million shares or whatever that we saw yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I told him in the Facebook group. It does have a very big float, but it is getting a lot of attention because of that drug. Yeah, leronlimab. It's been all over the news.
You know what? Oh, it did really good. I see that it's got non-dilutive. This is good management. 15 million convertible note financing. Conversion rate of 450 a share without warrants. I would have to look more into that and read it.
Yeah.
FDA clears it. It's phase 2 though. This is still gonna.
Well, they said on the news that they've treated people with coronavirus with their drug, and it's worked. They've recovered. They were on ventilators. They took the CYDC's whatever it is, and they recovered. So, I don't know. It's a gamble from that aspect, but for some reason they do come out with FDA approval with a drug for the coronavirus, the skies could be the limit on this. So I don't know. Like I said, I would just hold it as long as the trend line holds up at this point, because it is.
I don't know.
You do have a chance.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the sky is the limit, but the sky is the limit for any company.
That's true.
That's what they're selling us. They're selling us, like, even with AYTU, we're gonna be filthy rich. GM, we're gonna be filthy rich. Tesla, we're gonna be filthy rich. I mean,
you might get filthy rich off Tesla.
yeah, that's true. I wonder how that's trading today. Is it under 500 again yet? But with
Probably
CYD, I would sell it today. I'd get rid of it by the end of the day.
I can't get Tesla
531.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. I have this chart on here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be a little butthurt if the economy does rebound and we didn't get chances to buy Tesla at 300.
I know that was the ideal spot to pick it up too. It had the most support right there, and it went down there, and it friggin' just bounced, it skyrocketed off of there.
You're starting to get a little U shape on EYEG.
Oh snap! Let me look at that bad boy again.
Had a little sell off, but now it's starting to. If the next couple of candles start coming up, give me just a second, guys. I got a call. I have no idea who it is, so I'm gonna take it, and I'll be right back. One life, you got.
I'm just admiring Tesla right now. So okay, what are we looking at? EYEG. Did any of you guys make any trades today? I just don't see anything that I like right now. I don't see the setup that I like. And I guess one learning thing that you can take from that is to be patient. Oh, EYEG is coming back. Is it going to get the volume, though? That's still the hanger up for me. That's hanging. The one thing I don't like about it, it's the hang up. Look, it's only got 6 million in volume on this 5-minute candle, and it's still got 2 minutes. See? It's false hopes. I'm not going to touch it. I don't care if it rips or not. There's not enough volume in there for me. I can't do it. Josh is not here. He's out tornado chasing. Let's see what else is going on. Did the VVUS make a move yet? It's VVUS. I like the move on VVUS now. And it's got volume. See, this is something that more than likely I would want to play. The volume is on here, okay? Not 6,000. This 5-minute candle right here has got 200,000 in volume. That's what you need to be able to get in and out of trades, is you need that volume. And I like to start off with the bigger time frames just to see where the action's at. 15-minute chart, a lot of selling off. We got finally the green reversal candle on the 15. Let me look at it on the 30-minute. I'm sure it's going to be looking pretty good. Well, let's just double check. There's no need to rush into something. Do your checklist first. Looks good on the 30. I like it better on the 15 though. But you can see that there's buying coming in. I like that. So that's a checkpoint. I like that. It's got overall great volume. It's got the range. Let me see the 5-minute chart and see where the 5-minute breakout would be, which I already have it on my chart, which is that 427 area for break of high of day. It's got the only thing that I don't like is this consolidation that we've been seeing all morning. So since we sold off, now we got to go through that again. And let me blow this up here. I don't need this 1-minute chart because I'm not getting in this bad boy right now. But let me look at the 5-minute. Blow this up and look at it. Okay, so I want to see. We have all this consolidation don't know why it's taking me so long to change my, all this consolidation between this 357 area, 356, I guess, and 425. That's the consolidation area. So I really don't want to get into it right now. I want to see it get past that. Even if I can get past 387, I want to see it go over VWAP first. Let's wait and see what happens with that. Would this be a premature jump in? Possibly. It might be safer, but the safest part would have been this 320 area, 325, 330 to get in there, because then at least it would have given you wiggle room. But at that point, too, it looks like it's going to roll over. I just don't see enough strength in it. I see the volume. It's got everything I like, but I just don't like the consolidation right now. I need to see it get over that VWAP and see what happens.
Now, see, EYEG is trying to test that $6 area. It looks like it got held up right at the top of the opening candle, right at the flat top of it. So that might need to be what it breaks is 633 to really get a move. Is that what you was talking about?
No, we were looking at that VVUS that we had on here. But yeah, we were looking at EYEG, and I like the chart. The only thing I was telling everybody is that I just don't like the volume. I don't like the volume in it, because here we are, the candle that I was looking at that made the big jump right here, which looks good. It's got 61,000 in volume, but on that VVUS, it had a couple 100,000 in volume.
Mm-hmm.
But if this thing can hold over here,
EYEG. Yeah, like I said, I think the break is 633. The flat top of that candle might be where the volume comes in. I thought it was going to be at 6, but it didn't. It didn't get as much as I thought it was yet.
Yes, yeah. I think I might even be playing it even too safe, because I'm looking at, like, I want to see it break this 250 area, 252, and then start trading above that. But I think where it's at right now, there's a good 20 cents in there. So even if we already got confirmation on the 1 minute,
You're talking about EYEG?
it might, yeah, EYEG, it might be, it's moving.
Yeah.
I want to see if it's old though, since I'm late to the party. Well, the 5 minutes going to close over the. Okay, we're going to find out a lot here in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I think it might roll now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The break of that flat top of that candle at 633, that's probably where volume would start coming in. Let's see, it's struggling with that 650 a little bit, but not too bad. Looks like it's going to go through it.
Yeah, the 1 minute. See, now it's testing it.
Oof.
Oh, see? That's why you always got to wait for it. See, look at the candle. We thought, that's why you have to wait for the candles to close, because there I was like, dude, it's going to go. And you get all, pumped up and hard and ready to roll. And then next thing you know, they short it down, or they sell it down.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see that more strength, but I think there still could be another move, because at least it closed over the VWAP now.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
going to
now
say.
the thing is being patient to wait for it to hold above it.
See if it bounces off. Let's see if people start buying it up at the VWAP or not.
Yeah.
So right here is where we need to see a lot of buyers start pushing this back up. Yeah, and it got a little bounce. I'll probably...
Oh, look at that. So, is my stuff lagging, or is it just not a lot of volume on here? I'm not seeing... Okay, there's my sales. I gotta put my time and sales down here so I can see it better. I want to look at this chart.
Oh, I can see too, actually, back on the chart, there's resistance at that 633. because that's where it gapped up at, just about in that area. There's several candles of support and then several candles of resistance at 633. So I think it needs to. This candle probably needs to close above the VWAP and then.
It needs to. This is the first time it's been above it. It needs to. It needs to do it from since pre-market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it needs to hold up.
And there's some buyers coming in, but there's just a lot of selling.
Yeah.
I would have felt better if that previous 5-minute candle had a little more strength on it. Because it was right where the kind of area that I wanted to grow from there. Because right now it looks like it's struggling. Even on the 1-minute chart, it's just red, 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 red. And it's below VWAP. So I'm going to wait for this 5-minute. We still got a couple minutes on the 5-minute. So let's see if we can get a reversal on the 1-minute and see what happens. But that's what I want to see, the reversal. And I'd feel good about taking a trade on it if it broke that 629 on the 1-minute. If the 1-minute could break and hold over that, I'd probably take a position on it. The one thing that I might be hesitant about is I would do a smaller position and I would look to like not get a lot out of it because my previous line in the sand was 650. So I'm only looking at a good 20 cents in there if I get a great fill.
Where
I don't think it's gonna.
Where are you thinking about? Where was you talking about getting in at? I didn't hear the price.
On EYEG,
Yeah.
I'm watching on the 1-minute chart for the entry, but I want to see it 628, the flat top breakout is kind of where it's at right there. That's where I want to see it break above that. And right now, we're about 30 cents, 20 cents from it. So it's not looking very positive. And more red candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Let's see how this one closes. This is where I want to see people come in and buy it right here.
Yeah.
Because if not, then it's like, forget it. I don't even want to touch it.
Well, the interesting thing is all of these red candles have been getting bought up. They all have lower shadows, lower wicks. So there is still a little buying pressure keeping it from selling out so far. If I can hold up.
I just don't think that the overall volume, the daily volume, is going to get it to where it needs to go because it's still, under 2 million in volume.
Yeah.
I just want, if this 1-minute candle can stay green, I think maybe we can start seeing a reversal, but then we're going to have to go through all the resistance again because now it's got VWAP again. So more than likely at this point, it's looking like I missed the initial rip, but I didn't like it because there wasn't enough volume. But here we go. We'll see. We got the buying volume come in.
Yeah, Daniel B's in the chat right now. There's no volume. There's no volume. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Yeah. I'm right with you, Daniel B.
Now, and it's not going to. The volume's got to come in just like you saw in that one candle. It's got to come in with the break, and it broke. It just didn't get enough.
And then let's see here. Like, I'll take a stab at it if we can get the candle to close above or right at that 628 area on the 1-minute. I'll take a stab at it. I don't mind doing a little scalp, but I'll just set something real low.
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't even take 100 shares of it. I would probably take. Well, I would want to keep it even so it'd be easier to get out of, so I don't have to switch too much. I would take like maybe 60 shares, if that. I just don't see a lot out of it. And now the 1-minute's kind of, yeah. See, I don't even think I have patience to look at it anymore. It's not like it. Oh well. It's been fun.
The question you got to ask yourself: how important is ocular bandage gel to the medical field?
I think it's super important. I love that ocular bandage gel. You know, I'm even looking back at VPUS, and it sold off when it was trying to make a move. So there's like no place today. What was the one we were looking at? Ocular gel,
I, I
EYEG.
wouldn't give up on EYEG yet. I'd give it a few more
Yeah,
minutes. I give it just a.
I'm gonna look.
I give it like 10 more minutes to see what it does. Just because it is a good press release. It is a low float. It has a big trading range. Like it has a lot of potential. And nothing else.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll set. No, I can't do that.
I would just wait. I wouldn't make any moves yet. I would.
Well, I gotta take a piss. I was thinking I was gonna put like a limit order of like where I want to buy it, but then it could be,
Yeah, no.
a false breakout and I get screwed on it.
Yeah, don't do that. Like I said, I'll just give it a few minutes. I'd wait it out for a few more minutes, like 10 minutes, and see what happens. Because
Making a little cup.
if it keeps on holding up the VWAP, then that's going to show buyers that it's got some support there. Like I know there's not a lot of volume in it yet. I'm aware of that, but there's no reason for there to be volume in it right now. That's the thing. Like it's not breaking out yet. You know, the majority.
What do you mean there's no reason? And it's the ocular eye gel. People should be excited. The street should be excited for this news. This should. Why is this thing at 10? This thing should be at $10, trading over $10.
Well, everybody's still on the coronavirus plays. I don't know how ocular gel is going to help with the coronavirus. I guess it does dehydrate you, so you might get dry eyes. I guess it could help with it. Daniel said I need a hammer for my head. You say that, but just give it 10 minutes here, Daniel B. Just wait it out. Just see.
Daniel B is such a shit talker, man. I tell ya.
He is. He does it all in
That's
fun,
what
though. He tries to have messages. He tries to have messages.
Like, what are you doing?
Go ahead. What you saying?
Oh.
We're going at each other there.
No, have at it. You said something about his messages.
I was just
kind of laughing.
Yeah, I was just saying he has messages, but all his shit talking it's all in fun. I talked to Daniel B one day, and he said he just likes to do it because it's fun. He's a troll, basically. He's a smart troll.
Well, he's been here from day one.
I know. He's a good trader. That's why I listen to him sometimes, but when he starts talking about...
And that's why I listen to Daniel B. Selling off 590. Look at that. Look at that crap stock.
Just wait.
And that's why you got to go through the checklist. I was so close to getting in.
No, that's why. Don't get in yet.
Let me see it at 620. I'll get in.
That's what I'm saying. Just wait it out. Because if we get a handle, like you said, this could be a cup and handle. If you get a handle, then that would be a good pattern.
I don't know anymore.
Just wait 10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes here. Let's see what happens. Let's give it till 10:50.
Look at the people coming in and buying it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at that.
Just give it.
It's got a little bit of cup.
Just give it a little time.
Well, see, the thing is, I think what we need to see that retest of the 650 area and then fall off again. But I want to see it build up the 9, which it's not, except on the 15-minute chart, and then get the follow through above that, and then maybe you can reap the rewards. But there's some money in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If it out to that.
Like, I would just, it's not sold off yet. That's why I'm saying just give it a chance. Give it a chance to wiggle around a little bit. Shake some sellers and shorters out. Shake some...
Does it have...
Huh?
There's less than 2 million in volume, man. What time is it? Almost 11:40 Eastern Standard Time? We've 2.5 hours. 9:30, 10:30, 11... Well, 2 hours. 2 hours, 1 million in volume an hour? Jeez.
Yeah. Now it's starting to crack, so...
Look at it.
Now I wouldn't touch it.
Now it's just trash.
Yeah, now it's cracking down.
Good. Yeah, I know B is getting vicious.
Yeah. Let's see. You got some.
All right. Well, that one sucked.
Yeah, didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did anyone? And I didn't really hear anybody call out anything in the chat. Now I'm going back to VVUS just because that's the one with the all the volume, but it's just consolidating. I don't like the chart.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see anything at all, which is good. I mean, you did good. You made a couple good trades on there. You were quick to the draw where I'm just kind of like looking at everything and like going down my list, and Ben's like, boop, boop. He's like, in and out. I'm like, dude, I haven't even pulled up all my charts yet, bro. Look at Happa making a move with, there's like no volume, 500,000 of volume.
Whoa.
Yuma, YUMA, 250,000 in volume.
Yeah, there's some random things ripping right now. That's for sure. I've been watching different things on these scanners and stuff, and none of them like have stood out to me really, because they're all just random rips pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going through some of these stocks I have here and see if anything stands out.
Ooh, um, I like this stock. I was watching it the other day. SLCA. It's got a cup and handle on the daily, and it's got a gap. The cup and handle's coming up to the gap, and it's actually about where the gap is at right now. And the gap is up to 330. It's a dividend stock.
Which one? SLCA?
Yeah, SLCA, U.S. Silica.
Wow.
I thought about swinging this the other day too when I was looking at it, just because
I
I like the cup and handle in the gap.
I think I kind of like it better as a swing than a day trade, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
because it's
I mean it is
it's
right
over the
here.
9. It's going to the 20 at 205, which it could do that. It's got a lot of room at over 205. It's got room to 337.
That's what I'm saying. That gap. That's why I was watching it because it initially had this U shape, and I was like, that's interesting. And then I wanted to see over the next few days if it was going to make this handle, and it's made the handle.
The
So
one thing,
the only problem is it's already ran 30 cents today.
well, and then plus if we're going to hold it overnight, then we're going to have to read up on it.
Yeah, it's a dividend stock.
And yeah, well, I wouldn't even care about the dividend. I would just want to swing it for,
Well,
a move.
the reason I'm pointing out the dividend is because of the move that MFA got. It was a dividend stock with the dead cat bounce, and SLCA kind of had a sell off, not quite as big as a sell off as MFA, but it has a nice pattern on the daily. I like the pattern on the daily a lot.
How did you even hear about this stock?
I found it the other day. I saw it was moving, and I mean, I looked through all my scanners and everything, and if I see anything that catches my eye, I'll look at it. And this is one that it's like one of the very few ones lately that's caught my eye just because of that pattern on the daily. It might not break 2 today. It could break 2. It's got plenty of time today to try to climb up to 2. I mean, it's right there at it right now, but I just like that gap. That gap is a
That's what she said.
it's a nice gap on it. It's an interesting one. Like I want to see where it goes the rest of the day. And if it doesn't break today, it might be an interesting swing. Because at this,
Yeah, I like the
at,
chart. Looks good.
yeah, I mean at this point, over 2, like you said, you don't have any resistance whatsoever till
Yeah,
330.
that's where all the money's at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what sucks about it is because I mean, we need like a catalyst for it to get some more volume in this thing.
Mm-hmm. They also have a facility in Wisconsin that they're idling right now.
Oh, you can go check it out, bro.
Yeah, man.
How far away from you it is.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I like the daily more than look at
Oh,
this
look, it
thing.
might
Look
start
at it.
breaking here. That was a little bit of movement. Let's see. I'd be surprised if it broke today, but I wouldn't be that surprised. Hmm.
I mean, the biggest thing is it's okay. Like if we were thinking about getting into an hour, obviously we're getting into like in a resistance area. So the thing I would want to look for, and I'm going to assume it's not going to run too far away from us just because the volume on it is just like at a million. But I want to see how it plays out later in the week because on the daily chart, that's where I like it at.
Mm-hmm.
If it can close over where it's at now or over the 20 EMA on the daily, which is at what, 205. If it can be right around there and preferably over it, if it can close over it today, I would be interested in getting up pre-market tomorrow and seeing where it's at because
Mm-hmm.
then it might be a play.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just kind of shy away from it right now just because the volume, one thing, the volume's kind of low, and number two, we're in resistance. We're right at resistance.
Yeah.
I want to see it pop above resistance, hold above resistance, and then find the play with increasing volume.
Yeah. I want to see it
But
in
it's still
power
sweet.
hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause I kind of think right now it might try to test that 205, but I think it would probably pull back and maybe if it could have a big U shape up until power hour, uh, I might would look for something on it then, for a buy in the power hour and swing in the after hours, because we have been seeing a lot of rips in after hours. I don't know. It depends on what happens at power hour with it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let's see.
How big is the float thing? It's got a big U.S. holdings cuts $20 minimum of annualized.
It's about a 70 million float.
It's closing stuff down. Is this a are they in the oil business? I keep on seeing these references to oil pricing, the headlines without reading actually the head or the news article.
Yeah, it's silica.
Silica.
Yeah, it's U.S. Silica. This is a like a you know a legit company, I would imagine. Hold on, I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm gonna look at the finances and everything on it.
See, here on March 16th, Morgan Stanley. See, here's those price targets again. They
Hmm.
gave it a price target at $1.
Well,
I hate those freaking headlines. Those are the worst things ever.
you can see how wrong they were.
I mean, they're always like even that one company that I should go back and look
Oh
at it. I haven't really
wow!
looked at it all
Listen,
day.
listen to this. It's got 64 million in float, but it's held by institutions 95%.
Oh wow.
So this could be a
So there
hedge.
isn't really much of a
What's that? Yeah, no. And then 7% is held by insiders.
Jesus. So are they trying to pump this up and hoping to see traders see this range here so they can dump it?
I don't
But
know
no,
about
they
that. Their revenue is one point.
good
Their revenue's
at the filing.
their revenue is 1.4 billion. So they're not a little company.
Yeah, and you think that the any of those inside investors, if they were smart, which they probably are smarter than us, they would have started hedging their portfolio back 6 weeks ago before the whole SPY dumped. So you're
Yeah,
looking,
that probably sold off because of that. Now they're seeing the market come back up, so those hedges are like, okay, what is our good stocks? I mean, it pays. What does this pay? Does this pay monthly? No, it's a quarterly dividend, so it's about 24 cents a year annually for a dividend. So at 79 cents, it was pretty much a steal because they've got
yeah, but I'm sure they're going to cut gotta bet though, they're probably gonna get rid of the dividend if they haven't
They
already.
just paid it on March 12th.
Was that for just because of the previous quarter, or
It's
like
smaller. It's a
I'm
2 cent dividend.
when they did their is that when they reported earnings? When's their next earnings?
Let's see.
Because
Earnings
if that was
earnings
part of
earnings was on February 25th.
okay,
I mean, it is a smaller dividend, but I mean, they may cut it out. It just depends. I mean, if the SPY keeps going up and we actually are going to rebound, this is this is all the coronavirus did was drop it to 220. Then you know, but they've got 185 million on their cash on their balance sheet. They do have 1.4 billion in debt, but they're making more than that. I mean,
jeez.
but they're making 1.4 billion in revenue, so their gross profits 337 million.
Are you? Is that off the financial statement that you're reading from February?
Let me see when it was updated. I'm looking at Yahoo Finance. Usually it's
Yeah, I think it's usually updated from their last earnings
yeah.
call. So if it was February 24th or whatever, February 25th, 24th, that's right in the same. That's still before the shit show started, and you can even see right there it was kind of just trending in a nice spot until everything happened with the coronavirus, and then you got the oil war between Middle East and Russia, and then this thing has not seen a green day, and it feels like a month.
Yeah.
Now it's popping back up, but I don't know. I could only see like I do like the gap. I like the technical part of it. I like the chart. I like the opportunity of it. It's just when's their next earnings call? Because I can't really see any money coming in this because I feel like the money already came in at 79
Right.
cents, and here we are a $30.20 from that. Now we're just looking at it as a technical trader wanting it to get over there, but the fundamental side is, well, no, they're not producing any oil. People aren't, filling up their cars. We saw gas today in Michigan at $1.80. I mean, so that's what keeps me out of this trade.
I'm just looking back, seeing how long they paid the dividends. They paid the dividends since 2013.
Probably for a while. The trade doesn't look that bad.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a little bit sell off, but we already figured that with everything moving to electric,
Yeah, it's not something
we
long
could.
term I would want. I'm just like I said, I'm just looking at it as like a short term swing maybe this week because of that gap.
Mhm.
That gap is the only thing I really like about it. Let's see.
Well, we need to hear some good fundamental news, like lower cases. They bent the curve, all that. But here in Michigan, I think they already talked about yesterday about no school for the rest of the year, and then we're going to be stuck in our houses for another 30 days.
Phew.
So, you know how you know how long do you want to
No,
swing this
I would.
for? I just want to fill the gap. I want to fill the gap move,
No,
but
it wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. It would be a short swing,
I,
Mac.
I
Like if I think with this cup and handle, if it's gonna start filling this gap, I think it's gonna be tomorrow or Thursday. It would be a very short swing. It'd be like tonight into tomorrow.
that, that's only for good news, though. That's good news coming out.
What's that?
I can kind of see it since it's at resistance that it's going to bounce off resistance. It's going to fall back down. And to be honest with you, I just keep it on watch. And if it gets down to 79 cents again, I'd
Yeah,
pick it up right there. Say, screw it. I can hold that. That's a small position compared to $2, and I want it to move over $2 for
yeah,
that move. So I would either wait and see what it's going to do power hour, after hours, pre-market. If it's didn't break over that resistance point, then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to keep this on watch, and I might even put a buy alert on my app and be like, okay, I'm going to buy X amount of shares at $1. Then I'm going to buy more at 80 and more at 70 and see what gets filled, and start building a
yeah.
little position for that next leg up.
Yes, Daniel B. We are using Skype. That's how we are communicating and talking to each other. That was a good a good observation, Daniel, as always. Oh, Daniel's son.
Daniel B needs to get up on the
I
Skype.
try to get him, man, and he's like, I'm a chihuahua. I got legs to hump.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one on watch though, just to see what happens. Like you said, Ben, the overall like holding period, no. Now if it can make a breakout, maybe you could fill it sooner for that gap fill. But I'd play both sides of it. If it gets over this low resistance, I'm in. I'll sell it to there. If it can't make it, I'll pick it up down here again.
SGBX is starting to break back above 4. That's kind of interesting. I would have liked to maybe, see at 325 the way it held up. That might have been a good entry down there after those 3 candles of.
Yeah, because this one.
But it's going to have to break over 450 and break over the VWAP to do anything, and then 5 is going to be resistance as well. But it is slowly building back up to that point. This might be a later in the day trade.
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones that we were looking earlier. Yeah, and I did like it because it was kind of like jumping around there. Isn't this the one you traded earlier? That
No,
morning
that was-
breakout? Oh, no, that was
it's
THMO or whatever.
We were looking.
Yeah, I think, you know what?
I was just saying,
Go
we
ahead,
were
Ben.
looking at SGBX, though.
Yeah. I think what I should do is I should just start placing orders at where I'd buy it at when I look at this stuff. Because right here, I'm like, okay, I'd kind of like it better down here off the bounce on the 30 at, the 365 area. And then it broke below that, the 350. I could have had like a little starter position around there, and there's a good 40, 50 cent move in there. And then I would at least been alerted without looking at it. I might try to figure that out later, which wouldn't be that hard.
The good
All
news
right.
is AYTU
Well-
has came back up.
Stop it. What's that one looking at? Is it
No,
$10
it ain't coming
yet?
back that much, but it's
Oh man, I'm gonna retire off of this bad
it
boy.
is
Look
pushing
at that.
back up right now. It's just nice to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Buyers coming in, dude. It's value buy right there. It's a good value buy. It's under the 9, right at 200. Good support area. It's gonna close probably above the 9 today, which would be which would be awesome at $1.62. Look at that. Positive thinking, man. And then we're going to have press tomorrow. It's going to complete this cup and handle. Look at it. Perfect cup and handle. It's like a frying pan.
Now-
Look at that on the daily. And it's got the little ledge down to it.
From a psychological
just need to-
point of view on AYTU, and this is why I'm still in it. I did sell 100 shares, but I'm still in it. Tomorrow is April 1st, and psychologically, when we start a new month, retail traders are excited. Like right now, retail traders are like, "Oh, it's the end of the month. I might make some quick profits, whatever." But releasing a press release on the 1st of the month would be very idea for them to do. Today would have been better, but if they're trying to shake people out or whatever they're trying to do with their manipulation, I can see why they might have did this.
Are
but
you-
like I said, tomorrow, if they come out with a press release, I think it still has a chance.
Are you suggesting the retail traders are waiting for their unemployment checks on the 1st of the month so they can drop it in their Robinhood account, so they can press news, so they can push this up, and then they're going to drop a big bag on these people on the retail?
It's weird.
I think that's what you're suggesting, man.
Like, it's weird. A new month always changes things. Like the way people think about things, it changes it. It's a psychological thing. But watch tomorrow. Watch the type of moves that happen tomorrow. Either nothing's going to happen or there's going to be big rips on something. I'm not saying on AYTU, but on something.
There's big rips on everything every day, man. I think you're talking out the side of your
We
mouth,
didn't
man.
have that big of a rip on anything today, except for in pre-market. I'm talking about in open market. You know,
Yeah.
there's been some
Oh my
moves, but we
gosh.
haven't had something that's 500%. VVUS is 249% up, but that's pre-market. Same thing with TRVI, whatever this is. Well, TRVI, I don't think I would have traded this, uh, but yeah, the SGBX same thing, 95% up, but most of the move was in pre-market. So tomorrow it'll be interesting.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of follow through. You're
Yeah,
right.
because it's the end of the month. Traders are like, okay, it's the end of the month. I'm gonna trade safe because tomorrow's a new month. Things can change. So it's a psychological thing. That's all it is. It's psychology. It has nothing really to do with the stock
Well,
market. It's everything to do with people, retail traders. Those chat rooms, they do the same
yeah,
thing. They
90.
they get excited about the first of the month.
Oh, dude, you should have seen. By the way, I'm not going to mention the group or anything, but the group that I was in that we
Oh
were been
yeah,
talking about, Ben, I left the group yesterday. I just couldn't handle. There's so many people taking really
oh
bad
yeah. No,
advice.
I tried to save
Um,
them.
it was too much. It was killing my feed, dude. My feed was like,
I
dude,
know,
I probably should have just unfollowed it
I know.
just so I could check in, but
I
it's too
tried to,
much.
I
Too
tried to
much
save
stuff.
them, but you can't save people who don't want to be saved. Well, all right. I think we've had a pretty good stream today, guys. I think we got a good idea of what's going on with the market for now. We'll see what happens in Power Hour, and
Yeah, I think today there's a
I
couple
think
moves in
I
there.
think we might do a stream again at Power Hour if you're up for it. Cause there's like I want to see what SLCA does at Power Hour. I want to see where AYTU closes. So there's some things
I'm
I want to
down.
look at.
I mean, I am available. I'll probably have a little lunch. I'll probably roll me up a little something, something, and relax a little bit. And I need to take a shower and stuff. I'm still kind of just in my
Yeah, there you go.
pajamas.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a good point to stop, and we'll probably be back most likely for Power Hour. So yeah,
Yep.
thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you, One Life. It's always nice to have you on here,
Right on, man.
and we will be back later, guys. So
Thanks for having me.
until next time or later.